Hey, what's up, collecting crew, and welcome to Figure Lowdown, episode 29. I didn't say hot talk that time, man. It's Figure Lowdown, man. It has been a minute since I've done one of these. I know I was behind, I was on hiatus, but we're back. For those of you that don't know, and this is your first time here, first of all, appreciate you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to hear what this stream is all about, let alone this channel. Thank you for the support and your time. But Figure Lowdown is a stream or a video series where I talk about figures of multiple scales, 1/6, 1/12, 1/18, outside of the mainstream, the main players, right? So 1/6, you have your Hot Toys, your Inart, your Jazz Inc. And then for 1/12, you have, basically I consider Hasbro as the major player, right? Because Hasbro covers a lot of lines, you know, your Black Series, Marvel Legends, Classified, G.I. Joe. So basically everything outside of that. And then, of course, some 1/18. So, yeah, there's a lot of figures out there, and I can't even cover them all here in this stream. I actually had to cut some out, just so many. And I already have a lot as it is. I know I've been behind. There was a period where there wasn't a lot going on the third-party front. But, yeah, they just came and started dropping all at once. So, yeah, there's a lot of figures to discuss. I know I missed some. Unfortunately, I had to cut some out, like I said, because there's so many. But, yeah, with that being said, I appreciate your patience. Thank you for sticking with me and waiting on this. I know I'm not always the best at consistency, but I try to get in there when I can. But I'm just glad to do this, man. There's a lot of cool figures in here. I'm looking forward to discussing them with my panelists. Speaking of, let's go ahead and bring them in here. First up, we got returning. Of course, he's in multiple times on Hot Talk and one or two times here on Figure Lowdown. We got X-Man Supreme, and of course, with me from the beginning, my man, Superior Beam, S-Beam. Gentlemen, what is going on?
What up?
How's it going? Up? Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. Going good, man. Going good. Thank you both for joining me, and let me know how I'm doing here. I think I saw your note here, X-Man. Yeah, chat, which I will address in a minute. Let me know how my audio's coming, how our audio's coming in. Of course, as usual. Sorry if I'm coming in choppy or broken up.
I think it's now, bro. It's right at the beginning. Okay. This one, I think it was when it was loading up.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, appreciate that. Yep. All right, yeah, but keep me honest. Of course, I want to make sure I'm adjusting as needed, and I want to make sure we're coming in good. But yeah, no, thank you all for joining. And chat, of course. Let me get to the chat here. We have Darth Brophy, Mario in the house. What is up? Brophy, thank you for coming through. Yo, happy Sunday. Yes, happy Sunday. I know we're coming through. If you're watching live, we're coming to the end of our weekend for most of us. For some of those, just starting off your weekend. If today is your Friday, I think, Beam, this is your Friday, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
yes.
Yeah. Welcome to the weekend for those of you just starting off. But yeah, I don't normally stream on Sundays. Like I've said before, I try to stream when I can, when I have time. So this is I know a late one for me too. So, but I appreciate you hanging in there, and hopefully this is able to bring you some sort of enjoyment to the end of a good weekend. Hopefully, we got Clinton Martin in the house. Clinton Martin, what is up? Clint, thank you for coming through, my man. Howdy, folks. He says, and we got Blue Tattoo, the other half of Blue Beam. What is up, Blue? Thank you for coming through, my guy. Let's see. Again, we got S Beam, of course, warming up the chat. Love it. Interacting. Valkyrie, Magnus, or as I heard recently, VM, Valk, VZ and friends, have a fun stream tonight. Yeah, thank you, Valkyrie. Sorry you couldn't be here with us. You couldn't be here with us, but I understand. I know it is. I know, like I said, this is a late time for everyone else outside of the West Coast. Well, except for, I guess, Hawaii. Those in the islands, I know that we're even earlier. So, but for most people, this is, I know, a late one. So, but I appreciate you for stopping by. MB Dyson in the house. What is up? Watching final minutes of NBA Finals. Oh man, that always surprised me how quick that creeps up. Like I feel like basketball just starts, and then all of a sudden I hear about it's the final. Same thing for baseball. I'm mostly a football guy myself. I only watch football and make time for football. Being up here in NorCal, go Niners. But it just like surprises me because probably I don't follow it. NBA and baseball and all the other sports, they're already in the finals. Noon Tunes in the house. Awesome. Hey everyone, thank you for joining Noon Tunes. I appreciate you for coming through. Thanks, Brophy, for confirming audio's all good. Yeah, I'm always trying to be wary of that, so I apologize in advance if anything comes in weird or distorted or whatever. So I always try to make sure it's good. And I'm always fine-tuning, right? It's always an ongoing battle on my end. There's a lot of stuff I have to monitor here on my end. So I appreciate the feedback, though, and letting me know how everything's coming through. Thanks all. All right. Gentlemen, like I've mentioned, I know I've sent you the list. We have a lot to talk about. So, like I mentioned before, no pressure to speak on anything. Beam, I know you've talked about some of these before, so same. If there's anything you want to kind of reiterate or you just want to pass on, no worries. We got a lot of figures to discuss. So, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. First up, this one was really cool. I didn't get a chance to speak on this, but let's go and start with the Pirates. And of course, this is the I don't even know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly. Ekuaz Studio Pirate King of the Inner Sea, aka not Barbossa, from Pirates of the Caribbean. You A or B, pick how you want to pronounce that. So there's a couple of versions here, and we'll look at both of them. There's like minor differences between the two as far as like what comes with what, but you can decide for yourself which one you want to go for. So there's a standard, which ranges from $211 USD to $260 USD, and then a deluxe, which ranges from $274 USD to $340 USD. And again, for those that aren't familiar, I give a range because these are, for the most part, most of the figures I go over are unlicensed third-party figures, right? So their prices kind of vary from the retailers. So the lower end is usually without shipping. The higher end is with shipping included. So keep that in mind. But of course, shop around, find a retailer that suits your needs, your preferences. And then I forgot to mention, all the links are in the description below for these figures that we're going to talk about. So if you want to, during the stream, you want to check them out, they should be in the description already. And then I'll put my panelists' links after the stream. You'll find those in there as well. But yeah, so Pirate King of the Inner Sea. He comes with quite a bit of items here. Let me see where I'm at here. Let me go ahead and go through where the accessories are so you guys can see them all. These hands. So what? Seven highly detailed PVC hands, right? So even in the description, they kind of make sure they emphasize highly detailed, and they in line. I mean, look at the this photo here, man. Again, I know these are prototypes, but still, these hands look great. Sculpted paint. So 7 hands here. Of course, he has his hat. He has a couple of what would you call these? Like flintlock pistols? Is that the actual term for them?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I can't believe I remember that. And so there's the monkey jack, which only comes included with the bonus version, right? The deluxe version. That's a pre-order bonus for the deluxe version. He is articulated as far as his head is articulated. But from what I understand, that's the only thing that's articulated about him. And that, again, that's a quote-unquote pre-order bonus with the deluxe. What I've noticed, though, is they call it some of these sites call it a pre-order bonus, but I think as long as you order it, you'll be able to get it. I don't think I've ever encountered a time where you don't pre-order it and you buy it if it's in stock. But I don't know, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. It's just been in my experience, right? You've always usually received that, whatever that bonus is. His sword here, which is die-cast / metal. It does say in the description that the sword is metal that he comes with. What is this? This is like his what is this? His canning igniting stick, right? Or what is this called? Let me see here. Right? Torch, a lighting off torch.
Yeah, I got the fuse there.
Yeah. So they say this necklace, which is awesome. Yeah, metal, which is also die-cast / metal. It says in the description. His buckles here on his cross shoulder strap. It's just going through and showing all the details on his tailoring. Yeah, and so I mentioned there's a deluxe and a standard. So the standard doesn't come with the monkey, right? Jack, aka Jack the monkey, and he has sculpted beard, I believe it is, and a sculpted hair. But the deluxe has implanted, rooted wool hair and beard, right? You can see here, so you can see here from this photo, his beard has this wool hair, and then along with his actual hair here is implanted. So I mean, this looks great alone, but yeah, there's just some more photos of the implanted wool hair. He does have movable eyes. Let's see some more photos. Let me try to find a photo here of his beard that's sculpted. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so he does have, so his hair, so in the standard he does have like I think it's like more synthetic hair. In the description they put it as high temperature material hair. I guess that maybe I'm guessing that means like heat resistant, right? High temperature material. I'm not sure. I think that's what that means. I don't know. But he does have sculpt, not non-sculpted hair. So I stand corrected on that. His beard is sculpted on the standard, but his hair is not wool, but it's some sort of, I guess, synthetic material, non-flammable. I'm guessing that's what that means, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So you do have options. Okay, so here we go. Here's all the stuff that he comes with: his apple with a chunk taken out of it, his gold coin that is also metal, right? So you have this metal coin here. Again, in addition to the metal sword that he comes with, and his necklace, his metal / diecast necklace. And so, yeah, 2 options, standard and deluxe. This looks really good, man. I had to pull the trigger on this one because I went with the deluxe version again just because of how good that looks. But yeah, I believe last time I looked, it was still available. So you guys got any? What are your guys' thoughts on this? Did you get this or any thoughts on this one?
Man, if the production piece comes out like that nice big deluxe, how is a third party going to show up Hot Toys?
Right? Yep.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right here. That is gorgeous. That looks just like Jeffrey Rush.
Yeah. Thank you. That's his name, Jeffrey Rush. Yep.
I don't know if I don't remember seeing on here if they're using leather or pleather. I'm assuming that they're using pleather.
Exactly. That's what I was just looking at. As you said, the materials I was looking. I didn't see leather. At least on the website that I looked at, it didn't say that in the description. So yeah, I'm not sure.
But even still, they got a rooted beard. They got die cast stuff. Jack Sparrow didn't even have die cast stuff on this last one.
Right.
Like, dang, dude, y'all. Hot Toys is messing up, not going like this.
Yeah.
But if this comes, oh man, I've been ignoring this because I don't want to spend more money.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I want this. I really want this. This is gorgeous.
Look at this. I mean, this is a sculpted, but just the face sculpt itself alone. Like minus the beard.
This dude is the piratist pirate.
Yeah, the piratiest of pirates. Oh, I don't actually hold that thought. There's another one we look at that they came out with recently, another third party that we'll take a look at. And you tell me which one of the two. But yeah, sorry, go ahead. Oh no, that's it for me. This is not the not the friggin' what's it, Rapunzel going on here, but like the one with the rooted everything and the wool. That's a real winner right there. I think I saw the other one you're talking about, and I don't think that even this guy's a winner. Yeah, he is a winner. Beam, anything else to add? I know you talked about this, but anything you want to reiterate or anything you want to add to it?
Oh no, this thing's awesome because the previous third party, it's good, but it's not this good. The likeness isn't exactly there, but it's suitable for now until this guy comes out. Jeffrey Rush was awesome as Captain Barbossa. One of my favorite parts of the entire trilogy or the entire series, to be honest with you, was Barbossa. So yeah, I'm excited to get this. I literally just pre-ordered this like maybe 2 hours ago. So
nice.
Who'd you get it through?
I got it through NeoGeek. So
yeah.
Okay.
I went through Kit. personally. I think it was.
Does Kit have? I might have to go. I might have to go over there and grab it.
Look at this, man. I mean, if you just showed this to somebody who wasn't familiar with this, in my opinion, like in the 6-scale community, like collecting these figures, this would kind of look like a steal, man. Like I think this looks pretty good. This looks really good, actually. Like
this looks incredible.
Wrinkles, right? Just this photo. Yeah. Again, I know this is a prototype, like you were saying, X-Men. Hopefully, the final comes out this great. But damn, yeah, this is awesome. And he even got like kind of like his lazy eye-ish here on his left.
Yeah.
Like that detail alone is just like, damn.
Is anyone familiar with these guys?
No, I am not. You just reminded me. I forgot to look back and do some research and see if they look at reviews.
Or are they like another company that just kind of like decided to, we'll put this one under this name just in case, kind of thing, like how they did with
it's Hot Toys,
like how Mars did with Saturn.
Hot Toys, yeah.
It's Hot Toys.
How crazy would that be if this was Hot Toys under an assumed name? That would be, first off, what?
Yeah.
I tell you, they're out there somewhere though. They got to be.
They're like, we don't want to get we don't want to spend the money on the rights for Jeffrey Rush. We still want that money. So, and we'll put the good stuff on this one.
How dumb would it be if they came out like they just spelled their name backwards, trying to be a third party? It's like SWAT toe. Like, nice try, Hot Toys. SWAT toe. Oh man, yeah. I mean, I've heard that speculation, but that theory before, that conspiracy, I should say. I mean, honestly, like, I wouldn't put it past them. That'd be like, honestly, a cool idea to kind of to get your figure out there to see how well it does. And it's I mean, they're kind of pushing the boundary there of like legality, but still, I mean, if they're it's like a good way to test the market. But I mean, like X-Men said, man, like these third parties are showing Hot Toys up, or any of these licensed companies. I think Inart obviously is the one that's pretty close to
Inart definitely
something.
is.
Yeah, something close to this, but if not this, but yeah, this is awesome, man. This is yeah, again, like I agree. This is one I had to pull the trigger on. So, and complete, I don't want to say complete, but add to my pirate line. Now, was like I was mentioning before, so there was another third party that came out and that I covered in a previous figure lowdown, and actually added the link in the description below to this one. But this was the SW Toys Blackbeard, right? And so this was what I was mentioning earlier, X-Men, where you're talking about the pirates of pirates.
Oh, yeah.
This one, yeah. And remind me of the actor's name again, who, or not Blackbeard, I should say. This was, but this came up. So this is another one that was out there. I don't know if this is still available, but this was another third-party pirate that went up for pre-order, a while ago, actually. And so check it out. I don't know if it's still there, but it was I forget which Pirates of the Caribbean. But again, look at the description below. Check out this episode of Figure Lowdown where I covered this. But this was one I also had to get. This one looks badass here. So
this was on Stranger Tides.
On Stranger Tides? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So between these,
Cruz.
Yeah, that's right. Angelica, right? Yeah, that sounds right. Which Hot
Penelope.
Toys did do?
Oh, I remember her name. Yeah. I don't remember what her actual name in the game movie was, but.
Yeah.
And what was this guy's
so
name?
Between
the
these
actor?
two. I couldn't remember what his name. Oh, this is the same guy that did.
He was Winston in friggin' John Wick.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, and the Continental.
He's a good
Winston.
actor.
Yeah, because I just saw Ballerina recently, so that's why it was like.
Yeah.
fresh in my head. Yeah, I forget his name. Help me out, Chad, if you can. But yeah, that's the same actor. But between these two, X-Men.
There we go. Ian McShane.
Ian McShane. Thank you.
Blackbeard is cool. I don't think he quite looks like him in the face. He does look really good though, but I would go for Barbossa. Absolutely.
Barbossa, okay.
If I was choosing
What
just
about you?
one, I'd go for Barbossa.
Gotcha. What about you, Beam? Oh, he's not there. We lost him. Well, when he comes back. But yeah, so for those of you just tuning in, I'm just showing this for reference, like just to mention there's some other pirate figures out there that are quote unquote not part of the Pirates of the Caribbean line. But if you're looking for figures to go with your Hot Toys Jack Sparrow, you have this one. Again, this is SW Toys / or cross TG Toys Blackbeard. And then we were just covering the Ekuaz Studio. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. But this is the Pirate King of the Inner Sea, aka not Barbossa. So you got some companion pieces to go with your Hot Toys Jack Sparrow. But between these two, Beam, what are you thinking? Not Barbossa or the not Blackbeard? You got to choose one.
Not Barbossa.
Not Barbossa. Gotcha.
100%.
You got to choose one. Yep. But are you getting this one also though?
I missed this guy actually.
Did you? Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Missed the pre-order.
I didn't go back and check if he's still available, but he was available at a couple of few sites when I was discussing him. So hopefully if you still want him, hopefully you're still
he's not available on my normal sites, but I'll have to hunt him down
gotcha.
if I want him.
He looks cool though.
He does, man. I think, if I remember correctly, quality materials as well with this guy. I think he actually had leather materials and diecast as well. So this looks like great. Again, hopefully the final for this one for Blackbeard comes out looking.
Got the Adidas tricorn going there. Looks nice.
Yeah.
Well, he's still on kit.
Is he? Okay, nice. There you go. Yeah.
Damn, that's tempting too. But there's
Yeah,
so
man.
much else third party out there that's like
Yeah.
that's really tempting also, you know? Like
Yep.
ooh. Because we're about to see some stuff coming up that's oh boy, oh boy.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. Yeah, and so again, I do this stream to kind of make others aware that there's stuff that's going out there besides Hot Toys. I know Beam does the same. You know, and we try to just make collectors aware, right? I know there's a lot of stuff going out there that some collectors may not be aware of, and just to educate, right? Just to inform. And so, yeah, it might be good or it might be bad. To your
I may
wallets,
go
but,
and pre-order this now after seeing this again.
the Barbosa, yeah, man.
I
This
keep
is
ignoring it, man, but damn, it's so good.
Yeah, both me and PZ shows have spoiled people on other than Hot Toys. So
Yep. Yeah, this is good stuff, man. Good stuff. So yeah, still available last I looked for this not Barbosa. So if you're interested, check it out. And I also forgot to mention timestamps will be in the description below. So if at any time you want to catch a replay or you want to come back to this, you can go back and reference any part of the any of the figures that we discuss here on the stream. So throw those in there for you to help you all out, so you can kind of jump around if you need to. All right, but you guys got anything else on this one?
No, that's just a beautiful figure right there. That's a very beautiful image of a very ugly man. I love that so much.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah.
God, man,
not sure when we do the other one, but yeah.
I might go right now. Shit.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah. Let me address the chat here real quick before we toss some people come on. We got Blue Tattoos saying, I can't gush about this Barbosa enough. Barbosa's my favorite character in Pirates of the Caribbean. The figures, yeah, man, yeah, this looks great. And I think you and I both have that in common, where we both like the first three Pirates of the Caribbean movies compared to the other ones. I can't remember, because I remember like going through them all. I binged them one night and I was like, yeah, man, just the first three, even the first one, were like really good. I need to do another Beezy's Media video on that, like in Pirates of the Caribbean. We got Collector Joey in the house. What is up, Collector Joey? Says, me and X-Men Supreme wearing the same shirt right now. You guys shop at the same store. Like Beetlejuice. There you go. Yep. We got
great minds.
Yep. Ash Chase in the house. What up, Ash? Thank you for coming through. He says, what up, plastic crackheads? What up, fellow crackhead? Plastic crackhead, that is. Don't ban me, YouTube. Let's see here. Blue saying Hot Toys dropped the ball on many figures. Unfortunately, Captain Jack is one of them. Yeah, I know you. You had your grabs with the hat there. I don't know. Yeah, you and and actually, I think it was X-Men. Maybe I'm confusing. I think the
hat is so bad.
Yeah, that the hat was bet on that. But yeah, I think Blue had some issues with that as well. I ended up going standard, or the middle ground between the artisan and the standard, and that actually came out pretty good. You know, I actually enjoyed it. Noon Tune saying it's damn toys, that's why it's so good. Okay, yeah, I heard that. I heard there was speculation that this studio was like either like a subsidiary or some offshoot or something of Damn Toys. I haven't confirmed that yet, but I know a lot of people are mentioning it, so maybe that is the case or not. But yeah, thanks for that, Noon Tunes. Yeah, Blue Tattoo saying you still got to get the not black beard. Yeah, we got the movie canon in the house. What is up, Geo? Evening Collectors. I was streaming with Geo on Friday. Beam and I and X-Men were you there as well? I think I can't remember.
Oh no, it was my BG3 night.
Oh, okay. So this past Friday, Figures Talk, Geo, the movie canon, made a return after a month hiatus. So be sure to check out his channel. He's a friend of the channel. If you missed it, Figures Talk this past Friday. What was that? June 20th. But thanks for coming through, Geo. Hopefully you had a good weekend, man. All right, make sure we got Feel the Burn in the house. How did the boys? What is up, Robert? Thank you for coming through, Mr. The Burn. I guess we have some figures here that I'm sure you're going to be interested in later on. That I know you'll be. Well, I don't know. It's third party, so maybe not as much. We have. Let's see here. I want to make sure I don't want to skip over. We got Larry Walker in the house. What is up, Larry Walker? Good evening, fellas. He says, thank you for coming through, my guy. Appreciate it. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Okay, let's see here. Says I met JD. Actually, saying I met JD. Real nicest guy ever met. Johnny Depp. I'm guessing you're referring to Johnny Depp.
JD, yeah.
Let me know if that's who you're talking about as Chase. I think that's who you're talking about. We're on Pirates, so my guess is Johnny Depp. But yeah, let me know. All right, so going on. We got like I said, we got a lot of figures here. So going on to the next one. Where we at? Okay, so this is the A Toys or AT Dark Myth Yang Jian. I think that's how you pronounce that. Yang Jian. Ranging from 290 USD to 320 USD. So this is a character, I believe, based one of the characters from Journey to the West story. So that's the for those of you that don't know, that's the Chinese mythology story of Wukong, Sun Wukong. That there's a game based on him as well, Black Myth Wukong. And so I think I'm pretty sure this is a either a villain or an adversary of Wukong in there, but this is this company's interpretation of it because I haven't seen any other interpretation that looks similar to this. So I think this character is the same, but the appearance I think is kind of their own. Like they took some liberties of this company, but yeah. So this is 6 scale, set to come out Q1 2026. He has rolling eyes. He has a couple of different. Okay, here we go. So yeah, this is really cool. So he has it says he has a damaged face and then a normal face. Let's see, 8 hands, a wired robe. Let's see here, his halberd, his axe. He has this companion dog, mechanical howling sky dog with 20 points of articulation in itself. So this dog is pretty well articulated, and can be hung on his back. And it doesn't say how that is. I don't know if it's like a magnet or a hook or something, but we'll look at some photos where the dog is on his back. I'm not too familiar with this character. I don't know if that actually is, if that's actually correct to the character mythology, but he's got it though. He's got a mechanical dog, a mechanical mask, which is movable for opening and closing. And you can see here on the top of this photo, it comes in multiple parts like this mask. So you can have a plethora of different designs here. Different iterations, different steps of adding different parts of the mask. So that is pretty badass. And then he has all these effect parts that you can connect to his mask or to his body. He has a flip phone for some reason. I don't know what that's all about, but that's here. He's got this flip phone. I think it has Snake on it, I guess, or Minesweeper maybe. I don't know. Silver wine pop. His glasses, metal sunglasses, right? He even has. I just noticed this now. He has a lens in the middle here for his third eye, right in his forehead there. That's pretty cool. Octagonal base with the light up effect and a universal stand. So man, yeah. And then he comes with this book here. I think this probably goes a little over his story in the Journey to the West. I'm not sure what this includes, but it's awesome that they include some sort of backstory with illustrations. So anytime like a company does that, adds a little more, right? Something that they don't need to do. I always think that's just really cool. They took the time to put that together. This base looks like it comes apart in different pieces. Here you can see here, there's different parts to it if you want to have different display styles. So there's a lot going for this figure. Again, this is 290 to 320 USB. I'll link in the description. Shop around to see where you can find the best retailer for you. But yeah, so this is a second figure from this studio / manufacturer, and I'll go over the first similar line, but we'll go through some more photos of this. While I'm doing through this, I'll turn it to you guys, Beam or X-Men. Any of you got any thoughts or interest on this one?
How's homie gonna have a nearsighted third eye?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's just for to cancel out the blue light. I don't know. Maybe they're not corrected lenses. I don't know. Maybe there's like sunglass type of thing.
Man, that's funny. That is funny as hell. I don't know nothing about this. I don't know about this at all, but he looks cool. These third parties, man. This is third party, right?
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know if it's like I was saying, I think this is just this company's interpretation. So technically it wouldn't be like unlicensed. I think it's just them taking liberties on a character that is in public domain.
Whatever it is, it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really good. There's a lot of utility in this one, and that's always fun. That's
Sorry,
really
Mr.
all I
Giant.
got on it. I don't know anything really about him.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, he does
Sums it
look
up.
fun. Does look like, and it doesn't. Again, this is one of the ones where it doesn't mention anything about the materials. At least from the one the website I've seen in the description, it just says he has a wired. Let's see here, wired coat. Let me make sure I read that right. I'm not seeing it on here, but he does. Oh, he does have. Let's see, upper, front, and rear armor that is metal. And I mentioned the special effects, but his armor is made out of metal as well. And so, yeah, here's his dog again. Like, yeah, you can see here, I didn't mention. So it looks like maybe the dog's probably hooks onto something on the back, maybe, because it doesn't mention magnets. So I think the dog, for whatever reason, just hangs on his back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Yeah. Beam, any thoughts on this, or are you good?
Well, he looks pretty cool. Not for my collection, but anyone a fan of this artwork, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always, I'm a fan of, companies doing this kind of taking their liberties. It doesn't always work, right? There's some companies who take liberties on certain things and they don't always pull it off. The execution's not there, but this company is kind of taking, I guess, I don't know if it's like a gamble or a risk, but doing something different to a character that's pretty familiar, at least in Eastern cultures, and putting it out there. But it does look cool. It's like a cross of, like I said, Journey to the West, of like those mythological characters, and it maybe like some sort of steampunk aspect to it, which is really cool. When they combine steampunk stuff with certain characters. So yeah, really. But let me know in the chat in their comments if this is actually based like on a certain iteration of this character, like if there's like a book or an anime or a movie or something like that. That this, I did some research, but I couldn't find anything. But no, this is really cool. So, but yeah, let me know in the comments or the chat here. So I mentioned this is a second because it's based on the number here. The numbering is AT, again, A Toys 002. And so the first one, when I was looking back, I didn't realize at the time, but going back and looking at it, their first figure was this figure here. And this is, let's see, again, A Toys Dark Myth. And this is Neja. I think that's how you pronounce it. Again, another character that's based in Journey to the West. And this one is a little more confusing because there's an actual Chinese animated film. I believe it's Chinese. That's titled, it's just Neja, but it's broken up in two words, like N-E, then Z-H-A. And the character in that, it looks similar to this, but he doesn't have all this armor and the mechanical arms. And so it's a little different, but the appearance, at least in the head here and the hair, the way the hair looks is similar, but the other parts of it are different. So I don't know if it's a baseline. I haven't seen it. I just saw images of it and a trailer for it. But again, this is another character that's supposed to be based on Journey to the West. That's I guess that Wukong goes up against. So yeah, this one has already been up for pre-order, and it should be coming out pretty soon. There's a review on this that I've seen, but it's in another language. So I had to put on the subtitles and the captions, and it seems that they did a pretty good job on this as well, just based on the one review. So yeah, if you're interested, go check that out. Search the YouTubes for this review here of Neja. Again, this is by Dark Myth, A Toys Dark Myth line. So it seems like they're kind of going on with this line here. I'm guessing to a company. So there's a couple of Wukongs, 1/6 Wukong figures out there, some Wukong figures. I know Inart's doing they did a couple, right? They did one that came with the game, Black Myth Wukong. And then they did the Great Sage armor that went up for pre-order earlier this year, I believe it was. And so there's that. And then there's a couple of other companies who did versions of Wukong. So I'm guessing this company were like, you know what? A lot of people are doing Wukong, so we'll do some other characters to kind of pair with Wukong. So, which again, I think is really cool, right? So you don't have Wukong standing alone. But yeah, you got options there for those of you who are big fans of Wukong in the 1/6 scale. But that all stems from this one. This is the one we were talking about here, Yang Jian. So yeah, really really cool piece. This seems like so far, another company similar to the Barbosa, or not Barbosa, where they're putting in at least die-cast parts and the bodies seem to be okay. I personally don't have any experience with these figures yet, so. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to pick one up to pair with my. I have a Wukong, 1/6 scale Wukong that's like a dark. I think they call him like a dark Wukong by How You Toys. I think that's how you pronounce it. I covered it before, but it'd be good to have some sort of companion piece to that. But yeah, anyone else got any thoughts on this one before we go on the next one?
Well, they're making like gods and stuff. I hope they do Nua. That'd be cool.
You educate me. Who's Nua?
Nua, and I don't know a whole lot about her. All I know is that, and from what I've seen, is that she's a Chinese deity. Like she created the human race.
Oh, wow.
But like in Gremlins lore, she created the Mogwai.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So like, for everyone who hasn't watched that fun little cartoon that they made, she created Gizmo. And from him came the rest of the Mogwai. And it's a whole thing. It's really cool. But I would love to have a figure of her. That'd be awesome.
Oh, damn. I didn't know
She's
that.
like half snake. It's crazy.
Whoa, like Medusa?
Kind of like Medusa, yeah, like the bottom half.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, her and her brother Fushi had this whole thing where like Fushi was like, humans are stupid and they're garbage people, and and they had this contest to about like the wager was whether they're good or not, whether humans are worth
okay.
keeping around or something like that.
Yeah.
This is all like very loosely from what I remember from the show, but she created Gizmo and gave Gizmo to humanity, but Fushi created the rules.
Oh, okay.
So he gave them the opportunity, to screw it up, which of course we did.
I see.
And
monkey paw situation.
Yeah, and then like they got him wet. They fed all the other ones after midnight, and they destroyed a whole province. And then Nua came and calmed them down, and friggin' made them back into Mogwai and made this whole little hidden little kind of world for them in a mountain. And then Gizmo got out and some weird stuff, but Fushi made it where they would be mischievous for 1,000 years.
Oh.
And after that 1,000 years, they'd be more like Gizmo, which is why Gizmo is the only good one that you ever see. So they answer a lot of questions in this show that I've always had about Mogwai and Gremlins and all that. So I really appreciate
that. Was a Gremlins show?
Yeah, it was called what was it called? It was a cartoon on Max, specifically on Max, I think. They did 2 seasons of it. Okay. Secrets of the Mogwai or some such like that. Yeah.
Okay.
You find out how he meets Mr. Wing and all that stuff.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that was a thing.
There's a lot of holes they fill in the lore, which I like.
And that's based on Chinese mythology, you said? Those characters you mentioned?
Nua and Fushi, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. But yeah, the fact that this mechanical dog has 20 points of articulation alone. And I didn't see how much the figure has. Jian. I think that's how you pronounce it. I didn't. I just realized I forgot to look into that part. But yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be pretty similar to this body for the other one. So yeah, for you some Wukong fans, you're looking for some companion pieces. Here you go. Here's at least 2. This A Toys Dark Myth line. All right, let's see here. Let me address the chat before we go on. Okay, yeah, Ash Chase confirming Johnny Depp. Nice, man. Johnny Depp or Ash Chase has the connections there. Meeting Johnny Depp, nice. Let's see here. Okay, Valkyrie Mag is saying, good night, my friends. I have an early day. Yep, understood, man. Thanks for coming through again. Appreciate you. Hopefully you're able to make the next one. We have the legend 12-inch Moose Dream in the house. What, he's like 20 years younger now. Hello, community of collectors. Moose. Today I bought Dutch and Billy as well as Snow Trooper. Nice. You got a lot of good grabs there, Moose. Yesterday, Hot Toys RoboCop. Man.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Man, Moose scored. But when
I
doesn't
don't
he
want to know
score,
how much
right?
spent, bro. Don't tell me how much you spent.
I'm sure We'll find out on Collector's Figure tomorrow.
Perhaps.
Possibly.
Moose out here got his dragon horde of figures.
I ain't asking
man.
him though.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. 1 hour later. Yeah. We got Yomo in the house. What is up, Yomo? What's up, fellas? He says, thank you for coming through, Yomo. Hopefully you had a good weekend and your weekend's winding down to be a good one so far, man. Thank you for coming through. All right. Next up, we have still sticking with 6 scale. Quite a heavy 6 scale episode on this one. You know, there's quite a lot of cool ones that I wanted to cover. So including this next one here. So we got the JPT Cross X or Pop costume. So this is a collaboration of JPT Studio and Pop costume, and this is Owlet, Moth, or I guess this line is called Myriads of Nature, Year of Wood. I think that's what it said. At least that's what I saw on Big Bad Toy Store, because they're selling this as well. But this is ranging from 300 to, okay, brace yourself, 515 USD. Again, shop around. That's definitely on the high end, but you know, there's a range there. So if you're interested in this one, and I'll talk. Yeah, yeah. This one's standing a little shorter than your typical 6 scale, because I think this is supposed to be like a younger person, like maybe a young adult / teen. So it's about 11 inches, set to come out Q2 of 2026. And this one comes with quite a few items. Let me jump through the accessories here. I think there's a photo that shows them all, or maybe they're all separate, but yeah, well articulated body. And I actually have one figure from this studio / or this collaboration of studios here. And so, yeah, I guess there wasn't one. I thought there was one, but I'm just going to here. I'll just stop at this one here. Okay, so she has a whistle, the robe. Let's see here. A pair of arm guards, of course. 2 smoke bombs, storage cylinders, 3 kunai, 2 jute. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Jute. Pair of sickle hand short swords, or sickle head short swords. Sorry. A pair of the shin guards, the foot guards, a magnetic base, and posable flight wings to represent her Moth aspect, right? But so this is the I don't know if this is like a whole separate line, but you can see there's some photos here. So here's her wings here that she comes with, her Moth wings. She's supposed to be like some sort of a ninja assassin. So you see this collab photo here, and I wasn't sure what this other figure was, but you know, like doing a little more research on this, and I realized that this figure on the left was actually one that they released previously, same company, the JPT Studio Pop Design. And this was the Silent Hound, and I recognize it from the mask he has here. So this is the Hound. Let's see here, and I think I covered this on a previous figure lowdown, and it's in the description below as well. Link to that. Let me switch over here. So they did a couple of figures here. Let me jump to this here. So they did Ruthless Blade here on the left, right, and then Silent Hound here on the right. And so that's the other figure you see over there. So the Ruthless Blade is the one I have, and let me tell you, man, that figure is, oh man, it is awesome. I was blown away. The whole unboxing experience. And Beam, I think when I was one of the times I was on Collector's Figure with you guys, I had just gotten this and I showed the box off. Just like the artwork on the box itself was just awesome. And I hadn't actually took out the figure, but the box alone, the presentation was really awesome. I was really blown away by this die-cast metal swords and daggers and everything. The chains on the Ruthless Blade was awesome. The articulation was awesome. And yeah, again, link in the description below. I talked about this on a previous figure lowdown. And then Silent Hound is the one on the right. That one I don't have, but I presume it's probably going to be just as good as this Ruthless Blade figure. And
when did that go up?
The
Silent
Silent Hound, that went up a while ago. It's already out. I know there's some reviews on it. So if you're interested, I did watch one review
about him.
Yeah, it was. I was tempted by that one, but that's one I passed on. From the one review I've seen, it's supposed to be really good. They gave it really good praise. He has this skeleton hand here on the left hand that has wires in it, so you can bend his fingers. So he has articulated fingers in the sense that like there's wires within the fingers, which I don't know, that might be kind of iffy depending on how often you bend those. But yeah, I don't know. I've heard good things, but yeah, go check out those reviews. You guys can judge for yourself, see what you think. This was pretty limited though, because everywhere I looked, it was sold out. I think there may be a couple of websites that I have no experience purchasing from that still might have it, but you know, I'll leave that up to you if you want to take that risk or not. Some of you may have experience with some of those sites. I don't, but of course, ask around, do your research to see if those retailers are reliable, and if they're worth buying these figures from. But no, yeah, they usually when these come out, they're usually limited in quantity, although they don't say, you know, limited in numbers or whatever it is, but they do have a few up and they end up being sold out. So they're a fairly newish company, this collab of these studios. They haven't made too many figures, but there are some out there. But anyways, all that to say, that's who this is here on the left here, the Silent Hound. And so look at these heights here. That's how I was thinking that this Owlet Moth character that we're talking about now is probably a young adult / teen. And I don't know, I guess I don't know the backstory in this. I don't know if she's supposed to be his like apprentice or partner or what, but yeah, it's so again, I take it this figure's probably following the same suit. It didn't say in the description, but I'm guessing the weapons, the chains in here will be metal and die cast. Let me go back and look at least from the description. Yeah, the description I saw didn't mention anything. So I usually like to go in a little more cautious, like on the conservative side of thinking that it's not. But if it's from the same company, you got to think it will be. But don't take my word for it. I don't want to be like, well, Feezy said it was supposed to be metal. I want my money back, retailer.
Yeah, Feezy.
But yeah, what the hell? No, this does look awesome. I'm tempted to get this to pair it to my Ruthless Blade, to have these two like badass female ninja assassins, or in my head ninja assassins. I'm guessing these are smoke bombs here on her belt. But yeah, again, the detailing on this, the sculpting. Again, I don't know which parts of her armor are metal, if at all. The chainmail she has on her hood here, that looks badass. Yeah, a lot about this just looks like a cool figure all around. And you know, this is one of those figures that I think you can pair with a bunch of things. I know X-Men, you know, if you want to pair her with like Wolverine, have her fighting Wolverine, or any other like ninjas that you have in your collection, maybe you can put it against John Wick for some reason. I don't know if John Wick goes into like some sort of like Japan's setting or some sort of like Asian setting, and he's going up against you give John Wick a katana after going against.
See, I was thinking about, because I didn't know he came out already. I saw her and I thought like maybe he was like, you know, coming out at the same time, because I was like, because these two both remind me of Tenchu Stealth Assassins, like the old game, like Rikamaru and Ayame, you know. And I love the hell out of that game. And I'm looking at this like, yeah, I could have them fighting Wolverine, but also I could have the Pirates versus Ninjas thing going on, dude.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna get her.
You're sold.
Well, I was thinking about it. I've been thinking about it, and knowing that the other ones have come and gone already, kind of decided it for me. I think I'm gonna get her.
Gotcha. Yeah, and they are pricey. Again, I don't think this is, I wouldn't technically call them third party, because I think there's just this company doing their own IP. I don't think this is based on anything, but again, correct me in the chat or comments. I didn't see the little research that I did. I didn't see this based on anything. But these figures are badass though. And then here's the body again, where that shows all the points of articulation here. Double jointed elbows. You got looks like you have a ball joint for the wrists here. Bicep swivel, butterflies, which would be awesome for this ninja character, right? A ninja figure. Looks like you have a articulation here under the breast, and then here the lower torso. Yeah, so well articulated figure. It looks like. Oh, and I just jacked it up. Enhance again. Okay, here we go. So yeah. And like I said, if it's anything like the Ruthless Blade figure I have, yeah, it seems like it's just going to be awesome. Look at all these poses that you can get her into. Yeah, really, really cool. And I do have, for those of you, I think Pop costume. Also did that unlicensed not Scorpion from the Mortal Kombat movie, the latest one. And that figure is also badass. Although I will say it is a little top heavy. Like the ankles aren't as strong, but that also like his armor is made out of metal / die cast. And so it kind of makes him hard to balance. And if he's like just leaning slightly, he'll topple over just because of the weight. And so I would say maybe like the ankle joints could have been a little more stiff, or maybe they could have approached that differently. I mean, you probably have to use a stand or something. I can't remember if he comes with a stand or not, because it's been a while. I just haven't posed up on my shelf, but yeah. So they usually do a good job, man. Like these, I haven't been disappointed with these figures, but again, they are pricey just because of the materials and the stuff they use on there. But yeah, I don't know, Beam, you got any additional thoughts? I know you talked about this on last week on Collector's Figure, but anything else you want to reiterate or add?
Oh, we were talking about this on Monday, and I think we all were trying to convince ourselves not to spend the money because of how good it looks. But
yeah,
it's a really badass figure. It's another one of those art pieces that really well done and niche figure for sure. But yeah, I've been looking around for like the past week for a good place to purchase. So I don't know. I still haven't found a good place, or haven't decided upon a good place. It might still be Kit, but we'll see what happens. I do want this figure.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence. Also, I'm leaning more towards falling on the side of getting it, just because of the reasons that I mentioned, and like I've had experience with the previous figures, and I really enjoyed it. So, yeah. What else was I going to touch on this? I just lost my train of thought. I think you were. I guess just for the fact that you can put her with a lot of other figures and characters in your display. But oh yeah, you were mentioning art piece. Yeah, this is just one of those pieces where like you can tell they put some time and effort into this. Like I mentioned, the Ruthless Blade on the box alone, man. And they haven't. I think I mentioned this. They had like an envelope that they included. I wish I had the box here with me, but they had an envelope that looked really nice, and inside I think there was like this hard stock like card, and it had some sort of script. Yeah, it was just like they went above and beyond, man. Like for the Silent Hound, it didn't look like in the one review that I saw that they did that. But here, let me switch back. For the one on the right here, the box didn't look as. I mean, it still looked nice, but not. It didn't seem like it was as. What's the word? Like as. Beautiful as the Ruthless Blade one. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. But yeah, go check out those reviews on both of these and see to help you kind of figure out to see if this is going to be something for you. But Owlet Moth still available. Last I looked for pre-order. I think I might pull the trigger on this one because there's just multiple things that I can pair her with on this one here. All right.
Yeah, this is one of those things that's like, this is one of those things that hits you and you're like, I want this a lot. But then it's like, how do I justify this when I decided to not get, like, this Joker over here or this Superman over there?
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
Like, there's so many things that I gave up
because
of other stuff coming out. And I'm like, well, this isn't, this is just a ninja chick, but damn.
No,
I got her on the big screen right now, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, and I remember what I was going to say real quick. I'll come back to that, but before I forget again. So I think this base here, or one of the bases, there's a base that comes with the Silent Hound, and I think there's another photo where there's both of them paired up. I don't think it's this one, but there's another one where it's kind of like it looks kind of like a tombstone, like an elongated tombstone that comes with the Silent Hound. And I remember seeing a photo of that. I could be mistaken, but there's that, and I think this diorama base they're using is sold separately. I think it isn't. I don't think it comes with the figure because it's not in the description. But I think I did see this base here that has this like part of like an archway sold separately. So I don't know. Check the. If I find it, I'll put it in the description, and you guys can use that as reference. But I think that is sold separately. But let me know in the comments in the chat as well. And then to touch on what X-Men was saying, so this is one of the things, right? Well, we always like, for those of us who are mostly Hot Toys collectors or, the main players, right? We kind of are aware of what they put up and what they announce. And we're like, okay, well, I'm going to pre-order that. I'm going to get that. or we know sometime and ahead of time what they're going to come out with, because they've mentioned that they're teasing something, or they mentioned they're going to come out with something. But this is a little more tricky, right? These other companies that we don't know about, the third parties, unlicensed, or these own IPs, because these are figures that we don't account for. They're like, what X-Men, what you were touching on, I'm like, oh shit, I want to get these, but this comes out of left field, and I'm like, damn, I wasn't accounting for this in my budget, or the part of the figures I want to buy. It's like, now if we're going to be really selective, what do I have to give up, or what do I want to give up to get this instead? And so, yeah, it's like you can't predict, right, the unpredictable. That kind of goes without saying. It's like you don't know what the future is going to bring and what else this hobby is going to bring. And so it's one of those things that we as collectors that we come across, right? First world problems.
Yeah, but the good thing about stuff like this though is that, like, I don't want to know what I would have to spend to get the guy that already came out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So at the very least, if it's one that you decide to pass on later on, you could probably at least, be able to get what you spent on her back and funnel that back into your collection for something else that you missed.
Yeah.
So at least there's that possibility. With stuff like this, Hot Toys don't really have that same kind of, staying power as an individual figure. So there is that.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. There's, we know some of these third party or these other companies, smaller companies, sometimes they make these figures and they don't they don't release them again, or they make them in smaller batches because they know they're a little more niche, or they're not as popular. Other companies, they do re-release certain figures, right? If they're popular, they do reissue them. But there's some that don't, and this could be one of them. So again, they're still newish, this collaboration of these companies, JPT and Pop Costume, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what their future brings. But yeah, good points there. X-Men.
There's a fourth one on Big Bad too. There's the fourth one from the Myriads of Nature.
There's a fourth one.
Oh, there is. There's another one.
Yeah, there's an old woman.
What?
Oh, that okay. I think
caught it on Big Bad.
Yeah. Okay. Now that you said. Yeah. Now that you say that, I think I do remember talking about that. I don't know if it was on your stream or. That's right. I remember. That's right. That was like that came out a while ago, right?
Yeah. I don't remember.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't think we talked about it.
I do remember.
On yours.
No. Okay. Yeah. That's right. Okay. Here she is. So real quick, just pull this up to the one Beam's talking about. Here's this one here. I think I vaguely remember talking about this one here. Myriads of Nature. So yeah, it seems like it's from a similar line. So yeah, they've done a few of them.
Oh wow.
She does look familiar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do remember seeing this one. I can't remember if I covered this on Figuarts as well. If I did, I'll put it in the description below. If I remember, if I can find it. But yeah, no. So they did. There's a few of them that they've done so far. And here's one of the bases here that I was talking about. So I guess it doesn't come with the Hound, but this one's sold out on BBTS. But shop around. The Tomb platform is what it's called. So yeah, there's some there are some options out there, right? They're coming up. If you want to, I don't say invest in the line, but you want to, something you might be interested in. All right.
Year of Wood. Okay.
Year of Wood. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's the line. The line for this company. Let's see. Let me trust the chat. We have Ren's told what is up. Wait, what is going on? Oh, am I tweaking? Am I?
Got a bit of a robot voice going on there.
Yep. Okay. There we go. Okay. How about now?
Nope.
Nope.
Kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
Okay. Sorry, all. Testing. Oh. Testing. Come on. All right. How about now? Still?
No, still choppy. Still robot-y.
Okay. Let's see.
Ash chases Thanos snapped.
Well, this is what Ben was talking about.
BZ is a droid.
About the host always being, getting all weird on the things when everyone else is good. It's like a
All right, how about
StreamYard
now? Am I
thing.
coming in?
It's been.
Oh yeah, you're clear.
Okay, man. Yeah, sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on there. I guess my internet, again, tech problems plagues us all. Apologies. So yeah, if that happens again, Beam and X-Men, just feel free to carry on, and I'll, if we're talking about a figure, feel free to talk without me, and then I'll come in when I can. So sorry about that all, but I appreciate your patience here. Yeah, I was just saying, what's up to?
I gotta get this. I'm getting this.
You already sold? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Sold. I was just saying, what's up to Renzo in the house? Thanks for coming through, Renz. Hope you're having a good day so far. We got Cypher in the house. Someone say breast. Yeah, articulation under the breast, the breastplate there, if you will. That's what I was talking about. Let's see here. Blue says, all right, y'all have a great stream. I got to get to bed. Dang, I've been up for just about 24 hours. Later, Blue. Blue will be on a collector's figure with Beam and maybe X-Men. I don't know if his availability. I don't want to commit X-Men anything, but yeah, collector's figure. I'll mention this later on in the stream as well. So friends of the channel, check out their link as well. But you can catch Blue. Thanks for coming through, Blue. Have a good night, man. Let's see here. We got everybody. Oh man, we got Figure Fight Club in the house. What is up? Thank you for coming through. I'll presume this is Abby. I just caught on to Abby's stream recently. He has Figure Fight Club every Tuesday. It was really cool. He has like an open mic night where he has his panel, and he throws in the link in the chat, and whoever is able to join, he welcomes. Also, mostly talks about 1/12 scale figures, and so yeah, there's like a good bunch of people over there talking about mostly 1/12 scale figures. Thank you for coming through, Abby. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for giving us the time of day and hearing us out. Hopefully I'm able to make it on when I can. I'm usually pretty busy during that time, but I usually tune in and listen to you guys. So thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. All right. Let's see here. We got 12-inch Moose Wing saying it's California infrastructure. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a lot of people either streaming or doing a lot of stuff right now. Playing some video games, video juegos. I don't know. All right. Going on to the next one here, sticking with 6 scale, we have Underverse, Tomorrow Kings. This is the Niiro Ujitada. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. So TK Ranger, so TK being Tomorrow Kings. And I mentioned Underverse on here. We've talked about Underverse a little bit on Figure Lowdown. Here's quite a few figures. This is the studio or the company created by Ashley Wood. I was going to say Ash Chase, sorry, to Ashley Chase. Throwing me off. Ashley Wood. So Tomorrow King Ranger. This ranges from 255 to 360 USD. Your typical 6 scale height, 25 points of articulation, set to come out Q1 of 2026. So these figures usually have minimal accessories. This is kind of more on the artistic side. And I know there's sublines of Underverse that are one of them being Beautiful Chemistry, and I've talked about a couple of those. I actually have some of those figures that are also well done. They Ashley Wood kind of either, I don't know if he contracts or he partners with these artists. He takes their designs and he makes them into 6 scale figures. This isn't that. This is just directly under Ashley Wood's his own creation. So this character here is one of the ones that he created, and he has quite a few of them out already under the other Underverse line. But so this is another one here. 4 pairs of hands, a scythe with a metal skeeth. I always mess that word up. Is it scythe or skeeth? Or neither? We'll look at it here. With the scythe, okay, metal chain, and a mortise sweeper, which I think is some sort of like a scanner device, and we'll look at what that is here. But yeah, so this is kind of anime slash manga inspired when the head sculpt and the hair versus or combined with fabric materials, cloth goods. Articulation on the few that I have is it's good, but it's not great. Like for example, I think at least the ones that I have anyways, they don't have split cut boots. They don't have side to side rocker articulation. It's usually just either rotating or front to back on the foot. So, which is one of my, I don't want to say pet peeves, but it's kind of one of the things I look for, because there's some figures where like, okay, I can leave without it because I really like the figure, but it's something that I would prefer a figure to have, is that side to side ankle articulation there. But yeah, so katana sword here with these wires sticking out. I don't know the background to this character. Ashley Wood, I get, again, he creates these characters, and I believe some of these are based on some of the comics he does, or at least some of the storylines. I'm not sure the backstory of this one, but it looks like he has some sort of part of a robot, and this, I believe that's the Mortis Sweeper, quote unquote, here, and that's just tied to his back, kind of similar to that A-Toys figure we looked at that had the dog strapped to his back. This one has part of a robot. It looks like the what is the Friendly Giant? No, not the Friendly Giant. The Giant. No, what's that? That ginormous robot. What is that movie? Is it the Friendly Giant? No. What is it called?
I don't remember. He looks like GI Robot to me.
Iron Giant.
Iron Giant. Thank you. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm saying everything but Iron Giant. Steel, metal giant. What is the name of that? Iron Giant. Yeah. So yeah, another really cool figure that I think looks good. But I have one other figure from this line, the Tomorrow Kings. And I forget the name, but it really stood out. It really popped. It was like orange and bright orange, and kind of the colors on that figure really popped. So I got that one. This one is going to be a pass for me, just because it's kind of more neutral. There's nothing. I mean, the armor and the clothing do look cool, but I'm not really feeling the hair sculpt on this too much. The head sculpt and the paint on that looks pretty good, but yeah, not enough for me to kind of follow on this line. But you guys got any comments or thoughts on this one, this Underverse figure?
Looks good. They did a good job. About all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty impressed with Underverse.
Yeah.
Been tempted to pick up Underverse quite a few times. Just haven't done it.
Yeah, they have some pretty
interesting. Always something in the way, or something I've pre-ordered before it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. They have a lot of interesting, unique character creations on their figures. A lot of them from Ashley Wood, and then his subline. But yeah, I agree. This is a line or a studio where if I had the extra money, I would get, and the space, because I think these would look cool. These are interesting, unique takes. More, like I said, kind of leaning more towards the artistic side of the figures, 1/6 scale figures. But yeah, definitely a low priority on my end.
Do they all have anime hair?
On this Tomorrow Kings line, yeah. The other one that I have, it's not in a place where I can get it, but yeah, they have like this kind of anime hairish look to it, manga style to it.
Because the rest fits realism really well.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's interesting and a little. It's artistically off-putting.
Oh, because the contrast between
how he looks so real, but then like his hair is all flat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that's what I'm saying. I'm not feeling that either. It's kind of same. It just is weird. It's just a big contrast to the realism of the clothing and the tailoring of his outfit. Yeah, it's just crazy. You got all his detail here in his armored chest plate, but then his hair's it's just flat.
But he looks really good though. That neck armor is sick.
Yeah,
that they put on him going up to his chin.
Yeah,
in that one picture.
This one here or another one?
No, it's like that plate armor that they had coming out of his collar. No, not even here. Like it's where they show the close up of his face. He's not even wearing it right now. Right there.
Oh, this one here?
That's freaking cool.
Oh, okay, this guy here.
Or no. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the big screen. There's a
a delay. Yeah, you're talking about this one
right
okay,
there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, there's a time discrepancy.
Oh no worries. Yeah. Yeah, but link in the description below if you want to check this out. Again, $255 USD to $360. The lower end I think is directly from the Underverse site. And that's usually the case. I think I've noticed if you buy direct from them, you will get the lowest prices, and I can't recall if shipping is included or not, but yeah, check them out. If not, of course, shop around, find the best deal for yourself. All right, let's see here. 12-inch Moose Stream's asking, Jay, you are the king of exotic figures, beautiful, pricey, no connection for me. Yeah. No, yeah, like I said, it's just kind of awareness, right? Just making, I know these aren't going to be for everybody. But I'm sure there are fans out there, and like I said, there's just a lot of variety out there, and I want to help kind of spread this information, because a lot of stuff, yeah, like you guys know me, my collection is pretty diverse, right? There's like a lot of lines that I dip into, so and I know it's gonna be for everybody. But yeah, thanks Moose, for pointing that out. All right, going on to the next one here, and I know you both talked about this, so if you want to vent and or gush, your call. But this is we're switching over to Soosoo toys or Soosoo toys. You know, take your pick. I haven't heard it pronounced correctly myself. I haven't gotten confirmation either or. But this is the Casino Agent, aka Not Patch. It's not Patch. So this one is let's see here, 117 USD, about 12 inches. From what I'm seeing so far, 31 centimeters, maybe a little over 12 inches, 30 points of articulation, so well articulated. Whether you're going to get that full range, depending on the clothing, I'm not sure. There is an unboxing on the Figure Hideouts channel, or he has a short, I should say. So that's available. I think that's the only one I've seen so far. So this seems like this one's already shipping, which is kind of surprising, right? It just went up for pre-order, and it's already seems like it's already going out, at least to some people anyways. It might be a early preview copy, I'm not sure, but it's set to come out pretty soon, like Q3 of this year, 2025. 8 hands that you can see here, 4 of them with claws, 4 without, whiskey glass and a stand. Let's see here, and I can't remember if they his shoes are actually leather, because I know Soosoo recently Soosoo has been recently putting leather materials in some of their clothing for their figures, like the blade, for instance. Oh, not the blade. Yeah, I think it was the blade. The blade is coming. That everyone's eagerly awaiting. That one is going to have like a leather jacket. I think the pants are as well, but I believe his claws are die cast, because again, Figure Hideout. When he was doing his unboxing, he like was clashing them together, and they had that metal sound. It didn't say anywhere in the description, and nor did it say in the description that I've seen, but I think his claws are die-cast / metal. But you know, don't take my word for it. That's just what it sounded like. So go check those reviews out. But no, this looks really good, man. And I was on the fence on this because, you know, like I mentioned before, I'm not really big on getting figures with either like in a tux or a suit, or just kind of like in normal clothing you would see just like a typical guy or a person would have, right? But there are exceptions. You know, I got the Mr. Knight, the Soosoo or Soosoo Mr. Knight, I think it was Soosoo, Mr. Knight. I have that, or not Mr. Knight, I should say, the not Kingpin from Daredevil and the Hawaiian shirt. You know, I think because when I bought those were instances where I didn't think another company would do those, and I wanted to have those representations. Come to find out, you know, Dave, X-Men, I know you have this gripe as well. You know, you buy the Soosoo not Mr. Knight, and then Hot Toys ends up doing that. And so, yeah, it's just kind of one of the gambles in deciding to go with a third-party / unlicensed figure. You know, if they're the first ones that do it, there's no guarantee that you'll get a licensed version. There, in this case, though, there is some probability, because we have seen Hot Toys do the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, right, the Artisan. And so, you know, I think we all agree that if they did that version, then it's probably likely that they may do other versions from Deadpool and Wolverine, right, including a version of the patch that they showed. So it is a possibility, but still, it's not 100%, right? It's just, again, that kind of goes with that gamble, right? You kind of, do you hold out and see if they get that, or they come out with that, or do you get this? I will add that I did read that this is limited to 300 pieces, but even then, right, there's no further explanation of what that means. Is it 300 just to, like, you know, Soosoo's or Soosoo side, certain retailer or worldwide or certain region? It's just limited 300. So will say though that it is starting, when I looked recently, because I said I was on the fence, it's starting to become sold out at a lot of retailers. There was one which still had it, and I decided to pull the trigger, not gonna lie, after watching Figure Hideout. So this is one of the ones where I made an exception and got this. So I'm taking the gamble. That either way, even if it comes out,
you're lagging again.
One. No. Okay, go ahead.
I opted out of this for the exact same thing you was talking about, because I don't want to get this and then have Hot Toys come out with an official one that I'm gonna buy also. So I let this one go, like I did with the Cowboy Deadpool. We're still waiting to see about that. But also, like, this is one where if I don't see one from Hot Toys after a while, I may go back and try to find this. Maybe. But like with the Cowboy Deadpool, I'm not gonna do that. Just because he looks like Deadpool Woody to me. I don't like the way they did it. Hot Toys would do it better, I think. So there's that. But if I don't see one of this from Hot Toys after a while, maybe I'll try to find them later on. If not, it's fine. I'm not too terribly worried about it. I'm trying to stick away from like third-party stuff and unlicensed stuff for characters that I want, because I figure if they're gonna do Weapon X, then they're probably gonna do this guy. But also, it took 11 hours for Weapon X to sell out on Sideshow. So who knows? I don't know if they're gonna consider that in their decision making with other variants from this movie. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. How am I coming in now?
Oh, you're good now.
Good. Okay, thanks. Yeah, sorry about that all. Yeah, thanks for your patience. Oh yeah, damn internet. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, it's just X-Men already touched on it. It's just kind of risky, right? Whether we kind of buy into this or we wait, or you get both, right? There's some people who are like, I'll get this if they make another one. If they make an officially licensed one, I'll get that, which is fine. Also, there's people who are just really love a certain character. They get all the versions they can. I was thinking of putting this next to those other suited figures that I said I had. I think that would be a cool display. It'd be nice if they did have like I couldn't remember the name, but when I was watching your stream, Beam, and X-Men mentioned this, the Mr. Fix-It. I just remember it was Hulk in that cover, but yeah, that's right. His name was Mr. Fix-It. Yep. So that would be so badass if Soosoo or whoever else came out with a Mr. Fix-It 6 scale to put next to him. That'd be huge, but that would be a cool display to have them next to each other. That'd be really cool.
Have us used by John Wick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's another one where you can kind of put them next to other, or pair them with other characters across IPs. But yeah, so I mentioned there's some third-party companies that don't reissue figures or don't come out with like 2.0s or things like that. Soosoo is one of them though, because you guys correct me if I'm wrong. They came out with the not Daredevil, right, in his homemade black suit. The what is it, like the blind vigilante? I think they call him. Wasn't that Soosoo that did that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I think they recently reissued, I believe. I'm pretty sure I saw a reissue of that, and I think they've done that with some other figures too. So if this one passes, if those of you you miss out and Hot Toys doesn't do one, maybe Soosoo will come out with them again in the future. So that's another possibility, right? But yeah, for those of you that are interested, go check it out. Like I said, there's a link in the description below for reference, but shop around. I think there might be a few legit sites or retailers that still have him. But yeah, I think just like the pairing possibilities with this figure, I ended up pulling the trigger. What I was going to say before I started being Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto, was that, like the metal claws, even if Hot Toys does come out with this, like, I don't know if, I'm pretty sure they won't give him metal claws. If this one comes with leather shoes, it's something Hot Toys won't do either. So, and the lower price, right? I'm sure Hot Toys is probably going to have a higher price, hence the license aspect of it, the officially licensed. So, I know there's some people mentioned issues with like yellowing. I personally haven't had that issue, but I know your mileage may vary on that depending on where you're located. So knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't happen to me. But I know that is a legit concern from some people. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you all out there. Hopefully nobody, but if it does, very minimal collectors out there. But I know that is something to be concerned with. Yeah, it happens. So just kind of be cautious of that. Make sure you protect it where you can. But yeah, no, it looks really cool. This is the Casino Agent from Soosoo Toys.
It looks like a very thin material too, so I can just see it, man. I can just see it happening.
Yeah, pros and cons with that too, right? So like thin material allows for more range of articulation versus like a thick material, but the material itself, I guess, factors into that too, right? If you have like some sort of rubbery PVC material versus like some fabric material, I think it's obviously going to be more flexible. So yeah, I don't know. But that is a factor also. I think how thick or thin that material is. But anyone else got any more thoughts on Mr. Agent here, Casino Agent, before we go into the next one? Let me address the chat here. FFC Figure Fight Club. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, man, I'm with you. I was, like I said, I was on the fence. I held off. I slept on it, and I'm like, okay, you know what? After watching that one unboxing review, decided to pull the trigger on this one. Moose is saying, I think there's more than 300, which was meant as the amount that Soosoo Toys would sell. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, right? Because, Hot Toys has done this as well on their, when they have a figure come out or something that's limited, they'll only have, they'll say limited to 500 on their secret base post, but that's referring to their stores, like their Hot Toys stores there in China, right? But then Sideshow will get more of the overall limited amount. So I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of hard because they don't really elaborate on what the 300 means in this case. And so, that's what I was thinking too, Moose, that it's 300 to specific to Soosoo's or Soso's website or something. I don't know, or their retailer distributors or whatever that is. I don't know how that works. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Let me know here in the chat or the comments. All right, going on to the next 6-scale announcement we have here. So this one just came up the other day. I think it was yesterday, actually. I like the names. Some of these third-party names, these unlicensed names, they get me every time. So this is Present Toys coming hot off their announcement or the release of the not Ghostbusters, the Ghost Hunting Squad, I should say. That's what it was. We have Toxic White here. So this is a not Walter White from not Breaking Bad here, paired with Mr. Pink Man. That's right. We have Toxic White.
I thought it was JD Vance there at first.
Yeah. Pink Man. So they each go for $143 USD, set to come out Q1 of next year, 2026. Let's see. So they both come with pretty similar accessories, right? They get their gas mask. They're both in their, for those of you just kind of listening, these are in their like hazmat yellowish suits with their apron. They're cooking suits or outfits, if you will, right? When they're cooking in their laboratories. They have 5 pairs or 5 hands each. I think it's 5. It does say 5 gloved hands. So I don't know if that's 5 alternate or 5 total, including the ones that they have on their hands. On their body, on the figure already. They each have their respective kind of oval stands with like a crotch grabber or crotch coupler, if you want to call it. So Present Toys. And I think, let's see, the only other versions that I'm aware of were the Blitzway. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Blitzway did these as well. Is that right? In 6 scale? No? Anyone? Any takers?
Which one did you say?
Blitzway? Didn't Blitzway do these? Like the licensed versions?
Mm-hmm.
Or no?
I don't remember. Maybe? I'd have to look that up, to be honest with you.
Okay, yeah, let me know in the
know
chat. Here. I
Topo
think it
did
was
one.
Blitz. Was it? Yeah,
Topo
Topo
did
the not Heisenberg version, right? Of him. That guy have that one.
Which is really good.
Yeah, it is. No, I agree. And the yellow hazmat suit. So I think that was Blitzway that did that.
Mars,
I could be wrong. Mars, okay.
Mars
So
did some, yep.
Did they? Okay, gotcha. So it seems like there's some other variants out there. I'm not sure what those are going for on the secondary market, but if you're looking to get these and you're new to the series, great show, by the way. Breaking Bad. Oh man, I had to buy that on Blu-ray.
3-0.
Which is really cool. Oh, is it? Oh, 3-0. Okay, that's who it was. That's right. Yeah, 3-0 did these as well. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. But no, you got some options. 143 USD, like I said. And the table. I just realized I forgot to look that up. But the table and the right here. So all these, I think these are separate. You can buy this separately. It doesn't come with any of the figures, but you can buy this. So if you wanted to, I think you can just buy this and use it for your other 6-scale figures. But you get all this included here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Toxic White and Pink Man. You guys got any thoughts on these here?
Yeah,
It's cool, but not the looks I want.
Yeah, no, they look really nice. The sculpts are really well done, but yeah, not something that I would get.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, sorry, I was looking real quick to see how much those that table set was here while you guys were talking. Yeah, and then present toys. I mean, like again, just based on their recent ghost hunting squad, you know, they're pretty good. So I want to say these will come out good. I don't have. I'm trying to think of what else. I know I have some other figures from them, and so I've been pleased with them. I mean, obviously they're not going to be like amazing, outstanding, great like the final sculpts, but I think they're if you want some representation in your collection of certain characters, I think Present Toys does a good job of that.
Are the table and all that is that a separate set?
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I was trying to see here on one website to see. I'm pretty sure I saw that they were separate. Let me get you guys a price here in a second, but I was gonna say I'm passing on these personally because I actually have these in 12 scale. There's a third party that did these in 12 scale, which is awesome. It comes with both of them. It came with the pair and like the table and all the accessories. Yeah, it was really cool. And I'm forgetting who did that, but yeah, it was yeah, full on set. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Okay, so yeah, the toy scenario accessories is what it's called, and I'm looking on 1/6 kit, so that's one place you can go to get it. If you're interested in I'm looking at the accessory set here. Let me switch it up here. Sorry, this here. 1 second. Yeah. So $80 for the set. If you're
interested, that would work
so
with like, because you could do that with like you can put that in like a bat cave kind of setup with like the test tubes and stuff, or you could make like a Weapon X kind of diorama, have that in there with it. Not the blue sky, but the test tubes and everything else.
Yeah. The blue candy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you said that, I immediately thought it Sinister. If someone ever does a 6 scale Sinister, this would be a good set to go with him.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Mondo's doing a Sinister. So
are they? A X-Men 97 one, or which
might work with that? It's not gonna look cel shaded, but you could probably easily take care of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. No, yeah, you can I'm sure there's other uses that I'm just blanking on where you can use this, but yeah, $80 USD, and you get all this here. From what I see, from what I'm seeing here, yeah. Transparent cup, the table, a bunch of bottles. Yeah, all this stuff here. Blue powder particles, you get 2 of those, as pictured, as seen on TV. Yeah, all right. But Toxic White and Pink Man. There you go.
Funny.
I like how they just split up his last name here. That was pretty clever. Pretty clever there. Yeah.
My God.
Let's see here. Let me just we got Big Rib in the house. What is up, my guy? What's up, Vato Locos? What is up? Big Rib, thank you for coming through, man. Hopefully you had a good weekend so far, and we're closing out this evening to the weekend. Moose Stream saying, I can't keep up on how many Breaking Bad figures. Someone needs to make a video on all versions and the best. Yeah, there are quite a bit. 6 scale, 12 scale. There's a lot of versions. Yeah, that Topo one is pretty good. Like we were saying, the Topo, not Heisenberg. I got that one, and that's legit. Multiple options. That one has like different shirts on that one too. Really cool. Big. I used to date a toxic white. Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, the whole table was saying I would want that whole lab in 1/6. Yep, there you go. It's an option if you want it. All right, going on to sticking with 6 scale. Like I said, six scale heavy, and we have a few smaller scales towards the end here, but we'll continue on. So, BigDog Studios. It's a studio I haven't heard of personally, but they came out with like 3 in a row. Recent announcements. So first up. And I'm not sure if these are licensed, but they're using like the actual name. So first up, we have Donnie Darko. So for those of you who are not familiar with the movie, there's an actual movie, Donnie Darko, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. It's like one of his early movies, and it's not supposed to be him. So before you start typing in the chat in the comments, if you've seen the movie, you know who this represents. I know it's an old movie, but it has to do with time travel, right? And it's interesting because when I always saw this cover, I always thought it was supposed to be a whole movie, but it's actually It's dark, no pun intended, but there's some trippy stuff it has in it. So it's kind of more about like time travel focused, which wouldn't take you from looking at it. It's interesting, but yeah, no, this is a character. So Donnie Darko, 117 USD to 142 USD. Q4 of this year, 2025. The
Yeah, you're digitizing again.
Okay.
Sorry, I was muted and I said it, and I thought I didn't realize I was muted.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I saw Donnie Darko a long time ago, so I don't remember like a whole lot about the characters or who this guy actually is. But he looks sufficiently creepy. They did the thing. I think they succeeded. The mask looks really cool. But outside of that, I couldn't tell you the significance of the character. I don't remember who the guy behind the mask was, or what the deal is with the mailbox. But he was an important part of the story. I do recall that much.
Yeah. Am I good now?
Yeah, you're set.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. The mailbox was part of it. You can't really see it, but he has like a bloody eye here. Again, that's like all with the movie. I need to go back and watch this movie again, but yeah, really, really trippy, interesting aspect. He has this little diorama base here, and I can't tell if there's like any pegs or peg holes that you can put in his feet, or you just stand him on there. But no, yeah, for any of you, again, we mentioned one of the things that these third-party, unlicensed, lesser-known companies do is give figures to the audience of like a niche group of like fans of something, right? So this is kind of one of them. I don't think I've ever seen a Donnie Darko 1/6 scale figure from anybody else that I'm aware of. There probably is, but the fact that they're doing this for those fans of this movie, or just even a horror genre. So I'm a horror fan myself, fan of horror movies, and so I'm kind of tempted to pick this up just because of that. I know, like I said, the movie wasn't really, from what I remember, a horror movie, but this, just having this look alone is like really creepy, right? So this is supposed to be this guy's Halloween costume, so that's why it looks like pretty creepy. He's not a killer or anything. It's just like his, again, yeah. Go see the movie. It's an interesting take. It's pretty interesting. It might be a slow burn. Like I said, I haven't seen it in a while, but it was really interesting. So yeah, BigDog Studio, Donnie Darko. I think I set the price in just in case, 117 USD to 142. All right. I'm guessing Beam. I don't know if you're there, if you have any thoughts on this, but there's that. So if not, I'll come back to it. We're still sticking with BigDog Studio. Let me go on to the next one here that some people may be more familiar with. So we have still BigDog Studio. This is The Evil Dead, or just The Evil, I think is what they have it as. And this is not Ash Williams from the Evil Dead franchise, specifically Army of Darkness. I think this one's supposed to be based on. So there's a single and a deluxe, and I'll go over the single here first. But the single is 152 USD. The deluxe will be 220 USD. So here the single is what you see is what you get. Basically the chainsaw, his boomstick, aka shotgun, the not Ash Williams figure. Head sculpt is not the best, but again, like for the representation and the availability there. You get this decapitated, like, what are they called? Deadite heads here. You get the Necronomicon, or what do they call it here in the description?
The Necronomicon.
They just call it, they call it a book.
Necronomicon Ex Mortis.
Yeah, Ex Mortis, yeah. Yep. Let's see, 3 or 5 pairs of hands total, I think. It said 6. I'm counting 6, but it said 5 in the description. Sorry. It says 6 in the description, but I'm counting 5. So 3 here and then the 2 on the figure already. So kind of.
Well, he's got the chainsaw arm on the figure already.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's not even a hand.
Right. Yeah. So he has. Yeah. So maybe it is 5. I don't know, but like I was saying, like it's weird. Like it was kind of confusing because the one description I saw, it said 6. I think it said 6 hands. So not sure what that's all about. But yeah, I think it might just be the 5. So yeah, this is a single. And then deluxe, everything in the standard, of course. And then they throw in another Evil Ash. I think his name was Evil Ash, or not Evil Ash here from, again, Army of Dark, based on Army of Darkness. You see here on the right. So they throw in a whole nother, basically another figure. And that is 220 USD. So for both of these, this whole set, that's like 110 USD if you want to divide it up that way. But yeah, the deluxe, you just basically get another figure, and then they throw in the sword and the sheath for the sword for this other figure here for the Evil Ash. But other than that, everything else is the same. And so this movie, man, one of the ones I loved. I have this on, I know I have it on DVD. I can't remember if I bought it again on Blu-ray, but yeah, this comedy horror, for those of you that aren't familiar, Army of Darkness is like a comedy horror movie. It's the third in the series, but by continuation, it's like a sequel
Just
to Evil Dead 2. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, it's just like, it was kind of weird how they did that, but
they retconned the first movie basically.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's pretty funny, like comedic, and then from there, right, is Ash versus what is it? Ash versus the Evil Dead, is that right?
Yeah, that's the show, isn't it? I haven't seen the show. And
the show was pretty good also. Yeah. And so it picks up from there. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that movie, Army of Darkness, and so I'm tempted to get this. I know Asmus Collectibles did a 6-scale version of Ash and Deadite Ash from Evil Dead 1 and 2, I think. It might have been just 2, I can't remember.
It's just 2.
I heard, is it just 2? Okay.
Because you don't get Evil Ash until, well, he shows up in the first in Evil Dead 2, but you don't get this version of him until Army of Darkness.
Right, but Asmus didn't do this figure, right?
I don't
know?
know.
Okay,
I don't recall if they did him or not.
Yeah, I can't recall either, but I know Asmus has done some versions of Ash Williams, but I just kind of, from the reviews that I've seen and what I've heard, those figures aren't great. But then again, there's no guarantee that these will be also. I'm not familiar with this company, with BigDog Studio, so I don't know. I mean, the articulation is exposed, right? I know some people don't like jointed or visible jointed figures. This one is not so bad because he's covered in clothing, but the Ash, you can definitely see the joints on that, on his elbows and on his torso there. So that might turn some people off, but I don't know. For me, again, representation, right? Who else is doing the Evil Ash at least? So this is, and plus, like I said, 220 USD for this whole set. Doesn't come with much, but for the 2 figures to add to my Halloween / horror display, it's tempting. This is tempting for sure. But I got to do a little more research. I don't know. Maybe I might take the risk and wait it out to see how these come out. I don't know. Any more thoughts on this, X-Man?
It would be cool to see him with the mechanical hand. I know he didn't have it really while he was wearing this outfit, but it would be cool to see that included for his right hand, because that was fun. That was a lot of fun having the mechanical hand.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't include that in here. You're right. That's a good point. Like, because he had that in Army of Darkness as well, where like he made himself the mechanical hand. Yeah, he's like groovy.
But
he smashed that chalice. Yeah, that metal chalice, that cup.
Yeah,
yeah.
Crushes it. That was dope.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Any thoughts? Groovy. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Come get some. Yeah. Give me some sugar, baby. Any thoughts on this S-Beam?
They look cool. This is probably my favorite one out of those 3 movies. To be honest with you, this is the one I saw first. I didn't see the first 2 until after Army of Darkness.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't know even about the Evil Dead. I just knew about Army of Darkness. But yeah, this is really cool. I want to answer I think Asmus and Sideshow did an Ash.
Oh, did Sideshow do one? Okay.
I remember Sideshow did one. Yeah.
Sideshow did one and Asmus, I think. So, and then there's statues out there too. But yeah, these look all right. Not on my list, or if it is, it's towards the bottom. But this is a really good movie. But I don't. Yeah, there's so much before it that I want to get.
Yeah.
I'm sure Blue would be all over it, but yeah,
Yeah, this is very tempting.
He looks good.
Yeah. What were we saying, X-Men?
He's very tempting.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Ash? You know?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, no, it just reminded me too. There's I don't know how many 6-scale skeletons we have because again, for those who've seen the movie, this evil Ash, he leads the whole, like, all the undead. He brings all these skeletons back to life. Well, I guess technically Ash does because he reads from the Necronomicon in Rahzar. But anyways, so I have a couple of 1/6 scale skeletons that came with the La Muerta set. I think I mentioned that before. There's like a whole box set that had La Muerta, and then she came with 2 skeletons that had metal frames on them, which were really cool. So, and I think I had mentioned when I discussed that figure that or that set that I could possibly put that to like an Evil Dead Army of Darkness type of setup. So now just saying that out loud, that just came to mind. Even gives me more reason to get these. I can have those skeletons flanking Evil Ash here. Man, yeah, I think I might have just sold myself on this one. Yeah, really cool on this one. All right. Yep. Figure Fight Club saying that's a decent price. Yeah, man, you ain't lying. Like I was saying, $220. It's like you're saving money, right? Of course, that's how they do it, right? They kind of, well, typically they get you, they lower the price on a set or a deluxe, right? Of something to, like, rather than piecemealing them together, you buy everything in a set and like they lower the price. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm
saving money on this thing that I wasn't going to buy.
Yeah, buy one get one 50% off. It's like you still have to buy something to get the 50% off. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, that was BigDog Studio. The Evil, I think, as I've seen it labeled. All right, one more from BigDog Studio. Like I was saying, man, they just came out with like a trio here of figures. So next one up, sticking with the Halloween theme or horror theme, I guess you want to call it. This is Trick or Treat. It's just labeled Trick or Treat. This is Sam from the movie Trick or Treat. Again, I don't know if these are licensed because they're like legitimately just using the name and they're posted up on these sites as this, right? It's just Trick or Treat. So yeah, this is one Moose was mentioning here. I think he mentioned it earlier on his chat here on the chat. So again, there's a movie called Trick or Treat, Halloween movie. It's like a anthology of movies, right? Would you call it? It's kind of interesting setup, but yeah, there's a bunch of mini stories in this one movie, but they're all like connected together. There's like a common theme, and this, I would say the common theme is this character here, Sam. Really cool though. I'm a big fan. I watch this every Halloween. Let's see here where I'm at. So 130 USD. Sam's supposed to be like a younger, like kiddish character. Well, creature, I should say. So he stands about 9.8 inches, so 25 centimeters, set to come out Q4 of this year. So everything you see here, he has the scarecrow head / like knapsack type of head covering there. Pumpkin head carving that you see there on the floor, and an actual pumpkin. His jumps like a lollipop. He has his lollipop. 2 different ones, a broken one and a full one. And if you've seen the movie, you know why. Like the broken lollipop is like one of his weapons. A cloth bag and a platform. What is that? 4. So it looks like he comes with 3 pairs of hands, so 6 hands total, and his candy bar, which again is another one of his weapons. And an interesting diorama base. I think that's supposed to be, or an interesting base, I should say. I don't know if it's really a diorama, but I think it's supposed to be the street. I believe it's kind of hard to make out there. He comes with 2 pumpkins. Okay, I don't know if the other one lights up. It has a flame, but it doesn't say in the description whether that lights up or not, unless I missed it. But yeah, here you go, 25 centimeters again, which converts to about 9.8 inches. So yeah, this one's really cool. I have this, so I have multiple versions of this in a smaller scale. I have NECA did 2 versions. They did their ultimate, like their 7-inch scale. So I have that one that's all plastic, and then they also did a bigger one. I think it's 8 inches. Oh, I don't have it. I took all my Halloween stuff down, but they did one in like fabric cloth goods. I think that's like about 8 inches. It might be a little bit taller. And so I bought that one as well. And so I think I might get this also for the same reason I mentioned with the Ash and the Donnie Darko to pair with my Halloween series or shelf here. This looks cool, man. I do like this head sculpt of, it's supposed to be a pumpkin, right? Like a pumpkin creature. And so like a jack-o'-lantern Yeah, really trippy movie. Kind of interesting movie if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I don't know. I'll
Wait,
turn it over to you guys.
he's
You guys have any
9
thoughts?
inches?
Yeah, like a little over, just under 10 inches.
I thought it was supposed to be a little kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like about like little. I don't know what, in Pumpkin Creature, in his species, what is considered a little kid, but he's short. So that's what he's
That's
coming
not
in.
much smaller than a regular size figure.
Yep. Hey, take it up with Big Dog Studio. You can tell them.
Huh.
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. Yeah, unless I did it wrong. Let me double check the conversion here. But yeah, 25. Yeah, 9.8 inches. Yep, that's what they're saying here. So, and actually, that's about right. I mean, if you see, no, actually, maybe he should be shorter. I don't know. He's. I mean, it's shorter than obviously your 12 inches. So, whether how accurate that is, I'm not sure. I haven't gotten his actual measurements, but he is shorter though. That's anything. That's worth anything there. I think his clothes could. Oh no, they're pretty weathered, but I think they could have been a little more weathered. Maybe had some blood splatter on them. But he looks pretty weathered there.
I gotta watch that movie. I haven't seen it.
No? Oh, okay. Yeah, I liked it. Oh, it has that appearance by Anna Paquin. She's in it.
Oh shoot! All right.
Yeah, Rogue's in it. Yeah, and I can't remember who else made an appearance in there. But yeah, it's interesting, man. Like I said, it's kind of like a Tales. No, not Tales from the Crypt. What is that movie?
Tales from the Dark Side. Creep Show. Creep Show. Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where like
awesome.
there's a main overarching plot, but then like there's like a character who kind of goes through certain situations, other scenarios or stories tie into. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of like a Creep Show type of thing.
All right.
But not like comic book based. Yeah, it's a good. I think it's a good time for those of you who are horror fans, or scary movies. It's a good Halloween movie there. But Beam, any thoughts on this one?
No, not really. I know nothing of the film, so
No. Okay, so you're not getting
interesting piece.
Yeah.
If you're a fan, you'll probably get it. But
Yeah, there's another one I'm tempted to get it. I'm tempted to get also. Yeah, like you were touching on earlier, right? We talked about other figures that are lower in our priority list, like those Underverse figures. These figures here, these Big Dog Studio figures would be a little higher in my priority, just because again, like they can go on my horror shelf. I'm a fan of these movies, and so I'm more tempted to buy these than those other like A Toys or Underverse figures that we looked at earlier. These would go above those for me personally. Let's see. We got Jose Plus in the house. What is up, my man? Hey, fellas. Sorry I'm late. No worries, man. No worry. You still came through. Appreciate you coming through. And if you guys missed it, Jose did another episode of Mas o Menos this past weekend on 16Fix's channel. Him and 16Fix and Jose Plus hosted another Shark Tank / Mas o Menos episode where they had another couple of the community, Vita and James, our gym collector, went up against each other. It was a good one. It was a good watch. So be sure to go out and check out 16Fix's channel.
Yeah,
Friends of he's a friend of the channel. So go ahead and check out his YouTube channel and check that out. It was a good one. It was a good one if you missed it. But thanks for coming through, Jose. Appreciate you coming through, man. All right, going on to the next one. If no one has anything else on this, still sticking with 6 scale. Like I said, it's 6 scale heavy. You got quite a bit. Another one I think you discussed, Beam, on this one. But this is SSR, The Man Who Laughs, right? Not the Batman, it's The Man Who Laughs. 245 USD, set to come out Q1 of 2026. I didn't give a height here that I saw, so I'm guessing it's probably going to be your typical 6 scale, 12 inches. 6 hands, leather shoes. His clothes are leather. A leather, what is it, like leather shoulder guard, I guess if you want to call that. Let's see, he has his pendant, his sickle, platform. Let's see here. It says his product is handmade with genuine leather and metal parts. They wanted a quote, which is suitable for long-term storage. So if that was an issue, storing this for a long time, you need not worry because SSR's got you. Pre-order gifts, it says as a weapon. Let's see, I don't think I kind of caught what that was, but we'll look here. This looks cool, man. I like the character. I have I'm eagerly awaiting to see how Inart's doing a 12 scale version of this, of that. What is that called? Like the Death Metal Knights Batman? Is that what it is? X-Men? Is it Death Metal? I always forget. Or something metal.
It's yeah,
Dark metal or something like that. I don't know. There's like a line of Batman figures that were like Batman's in an alternate like universe or timelines, and he has like it's like Batman in various iterations. This is supposed to be him and Joker. So Batman and Joker are inspired by that, I should say. Right. So I'm sure you've all seen kind of statues or images of this. He has like his evil looking Robins as like either his pets or his sidekicks or his minions or whatever.
Yeah, they're creepy looking.
Yeah, they are creepy looking. Yeah, so this unfortunately doesn't come with those. I'm wondering if SSR will do those later on. But no, I do like this character design. It's really cool. Again, going back to the horror aspect, right, and just like the whole mixture of superhero and horror. The only thing I mean, it looks cool and it's like leather, but I don't know, the detail doesn't seem all like, I don't know, kind of like we were talking about X-Men, like where you mentioned the hair on that Underverse figure. I kind of get that vibe in the clothing here, where like it's made out of quality material, but it doesn't have a lot going on for it, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. It's just pretty good though.
Yeah, it just looks like all straight leather material, except for obviously the chest here, all the straps and the buckles here. That part looks cool. And then the head sculpt, the stitching on there. Yeah, this looks really awesome. Well, here's all the accessories comes. Okay, so he has some hooks. Again, those are supposed to be metal. I think it says here metal chains. I believe it says. It just says chains here. No, it does say metal parts. It doesn't clearly specify though what's what. And here's the weapons. Yeah, the pre-order weapons. They look like they're knives. I want to say, well, that's at least the shadow slash silhouette they have here is in the shape of like knives.
Oh yeah.
But they don't show them. So it says pre-order gifts, 2 weapons. So if you pre-order that, you'll get those. And you get 2 head sculpts. It looks like you have one with a open smiling face and one more with like a grinning face here. These both look badass. I don't know. This would be a buy for me if there was more to it, but and it still might be. I don't know, but I think this is one of those figures where I'm cool with just getting this in 12 scale. So I'm gonna wait to see how Inart comes out with theirs, along with because they're doing that whole line, right? That whole death. I don't know if it's dark metal or
dark knight metal.
Dark Knights metal.
Yeah. But then there's like a expanded DC version too, I think, because they got Wonder Woman and Superman in there too.
That's right. Yeah.
Unless there's like Flash, and then there's like what is it called, like Speed Demon or some such.
Yeah. Super or Batman mixed with Flash.
Yeah, Batman and the Flash, and
And then Batman mixed with Green Lantern. That one is Dawnbreaker. I have that McFarlane behind me. That one's a cool one, and Inart's supposed to be doing that one as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes out. And there's like a Batman mixed with like who's that, Doomsday, I think it is. Is that his name? Is it Doomsday?
Yeah, that's some crazy shit going on over there, man.
Yeah. So there's a potential there. Inart has there's some potential there coming out there, and they looks like they've been doing some really cool figures that we're gonna look at later, actually, in 12 scale. But no, so SSR is doing this one. I'm not too familiar with the SSR. I know they have a few figures out there. I don't have any of them, but I don't know. Can any of you speak to any of SSR's? Do you have experience with SSR figures?
Mm-mm.
Didn't they do an animated Batman or some version?
They do a lot of Batmans.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they did the Gorilla Arms Batman, didn't they?
Yep. They did Blue and Gray. Guys. They did the Blue and Gray. They did quite a few Batmans.
They did Superman,
they do
animated,
Gotham by Gaslight?
Animated.
Yeah, I think
Batman?
that was the yeah.
Wasn't that them? Okay.
They did Wonder Woman with the yacht.
The yacht? Did they do Wonder Woman? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Animated like Justice League cartoon, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's
but
right.
Like,
I do remember.
So like Wonder Woman doesn't really look like Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
that's right.
They did Night by Gaslight. They did Hush Batman. They did Year One Batman.
Oh, okay. So they quite a bit.
Quite a few. Looks like they did the video game one.
Oh,
as
like
well.
one of the Arkham ones.
Yeah, it looks like they did a version of the Arkham one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Um,
Big Rib saying
blue
he
and
has the
gray
Hush
suits.
Batman from SSR, and he's a hefty figure.
Oh
Okay.
wait, no, SSR didn't do the animated stuff. That was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yes,
yeah,
Hero.
that was somebody
S
else.
Hero, yeah.
S Hero.
That's who it was.
That's who I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they got the Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's right. Yeah, I confused those two. But SSR has done some other Batman related figures, though, right?
Yeah, they've done a lot of Batmans.
Yeah, Chase. What's the gap?
Superman, they've done a Superman. I know they've done a Superman.
Yeah. So this was again the Man Who Laughs. For those of you who are looking for this in 6 scale, there's your option here. 245 USD. Again, link in the description below if you're interested. I think this one is one you might have to sign into to view, at least from the one website I have linked below. So yeah, again, shop around. Yeah, I think this one I'm gonna wait on to see if there's like I said, like a smaller version comes out that might suit more of my needs on this one. So, but it does look cool though. It does look cool. I just wish there was more to it on the clothing. But I mean, but apparently it's handmade leather. So there you go. You got that. It has that going for it. All right. Let's see here. Going on to the next one. Okay. So for all you Street Fighter fans, we have, this is a Play Toy. They've been coming out with some Street Fighter figures, more of the female variety. So this one is another one to add to that collection. This is Spidy Agent cosplay. And this is supposed to be inspired by Jury. So this is AKA not Jury or Judy from, I believe her, I've been out of the loop on Street Fighter for a while.
Yeah, I don't know
Street
her.
Fighter 4, I think it was her first appearance. And then she made a return on Street Fighter 6, I believe it was. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong or in the comments here, but I think that's what I remember seeing. She a cool looking figure though. This is one of her, I believe this is one of her alternate costumes. She has a bunch, I think, along with all the other characters. But I have this figure in from Storm Collectibles, the smaller scale. That's like more of like the 7-inch, like 1/10 scale figures in her normal costume, and that figure is pretty awesome looking. I just like the design. So this is another take on her. I don't know what the Spidey reference is. I don't know, like her. I'm not too familiar with this character or her background, but she does come with a seamless body here with medical grade silicone on this one. So it says newly made. New custom made enhanced hips and muscle, steel boned body with tattoos. I don't know how they're doing the tattoos on this one. I don't know if that's like directly on the body. It looks like movable eyes. She has her cell phone. You can see here her choker, her lollipop. 7 hands and 5 feet. So yeah, really foot focused martial arts, leg focused for her. Like I said, I've been out of Street Fighter for a minute. So I'm not too familiar with this character, but I do like the original concept design of this one. And Play Toys has come out with multiple versions of Chun-Li and Cammy previously. So they have like different versions of them as well. And they're usually competing with, who's the other one? Starman, I think it is. So it's Starman and Play Toy. They usually come out with similar versions of the same female characters. So I'm guessing Starman may pretty soon come out with the version of this character as well pretty soon. But yeah, no, just something for you Street Fighter fans out there. You want to continue down the female fighters anyways, you can add this collection. They may do other variants of this costume as well, because like I said, she has multiple. But yeah, no, she's out there. She's up for a pre-order. And then for those who aren't familiar, Play Toy, again, they're also the ones who did that realistic looking, not Woody, the happy cowboy from Toy Story.
Oh yeah,
that's them. Yeah, they
that
did.
Was so good.
Not Alita, Battle Angel, and they actually did the not Queen Amidala. They were the figure inspired by Queen Amidala from episode 1, and I actually have that one. I didn't realize that was them until I was looking more about the studio, but I got that. I just wanted a Queen Amidala just to stand there, and she does just that, so it's perfectly fine in that regard. And it doesn't look bad for what it is, right? So it's just, but they did her as well. So a lot of the females in pop culture, they're doing I don't say a lot of them, but a good amount of them, like the noticeable ones, minus the Woody. I think they're doing not Jessie also, right? Because if they're doing Woody, I think I remember seeing that somewhere. Maybe that was somebody else from Toy Story as well. But no, yeah, you got that availability, that option out there if you want to add this to your Street Fighter line. You guys got any thoughts or Uh, um, thoughts or comments on this one?
Well, I was wondering what happened to Belle Delphine and Lamar. There you go. There she
Belle
is.
Delphine? Who's that?
You don't know about? Oh, you don't need to know about Belle Delphine.
Okay.
You don't
I gotta
know.
look it up backwards then, yeah.
You're much better off not knowing.
Okay, on my own time, that's something I gotta look at. Yeah.
You're not missing anything.
Gotcha. Yeah. Big Rib saying Inart's making a 112 version of Batman. Yeah, that's what I was referring to earlier. That's the one I'm waiting for, man. I saw that. I'm tempted on that because that looks really awesome. And if it's anything like the what is it, Dark Knight Rises or the Dark Knight that they did, yeah, that should be awesome. Because I don't have that, but I heard good things about the sculpt, the articulation on that Dark Knight, on that 112th Batman. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Inart does with this. What is it? X-Men Dark Death.
Dark Knight
Metal.
Dark Knight's Metal, and then there's Death Metal too. I think that's the bigger.
Okay.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know the difference. I didn't keep up. I never really got
On that
into Hellraiser Batman, so
Gotcha.
you know,
that's
I
pretty
never
much
really
what it is.
followed
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cenobite Batman. Yeah. Yeah. Figure Fight Club saying I want it. Big Street Fighter. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I heard that that you're a big Street Fighter fan, Avi. Yeah. So this is right up your alley, right? I know you're, like I mentioned before, you're collecting on the 12 scale, but yeah. Sorry if this opens a whole other can of worms for the 6 scale side of it. There's quite a few out there. I do have. I think it was the Play Toy Chung Li coming. On the way. I have her on pretty. I think I just got a shipping notice for her. It's the one that she's in her like the blue and white outfit. That's like kind of like the full skin tight suit with the. I can't even describe it. Not her traditional one with like where she has like the buns, but it's more like the blue and white one. I think it's from her Street Fighter 4 look, but it was one that went up for pre-order earlier. So I'm looking forward to getting that one. That one looks cool. Yeah. Yeah. So Judy is up there. For you all you Street Fighter fans, fellow Street Fighter fans. I need to get back into it, man. Like I said, I know Street Fighter 6 has been getting a lot of love, and they've been doing a lot of updates for that, so it's been a minute. But, yeah, there's that one. All right, let's see here. Okay, yeah, I was saying I have Hot Toys. Okay, nice. Yeah, so then you know all about it. Never mind then. Can is already opened. There you go.
Nice.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, he says, I know which one you're talking about. Okay, cool. Gotcha.
She could hang out with Venom with that tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know what the reference is to Spidey Agent, but there's some sort of reference there for like a spider. Again, I don't know her background.
Well, her tattoo is a spider.
Yeah, but I don't know like if there's any
is.
significance of that for her. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. So, but yeah, no, so I was saying when I first saw her, like I thought it was who I thought from Street Fighter, but again, I like seeing like you were saying X-Men, like the whole markings. I don't know if this was supposed to be something else or what. But yeah,
got the spider.
It does look cool though.
Pincers on her head.
Yeah. That's just how her hair looks. Even like without this alternate costume, her hair is like kind of up in those like horn type of design there.
Yeah, it was like a spider's mouth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the pincers. Yep. Yeah, I see what you're saying now.
Whatever you call those things.
Yeah. I was gonna say ponytails. Like no, those aren't pony. I don't think you would call those ponytails. I don't know. Yep. All right. So last 1/6 scale figure here. Speaking of Inart, we are going to look at Bajie. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. But let me know if not. Bajie from Black Myth Wukong, from the game Black Myth Wukong. And this is 6 scale. Smaller. I haven't beat the game. I've started playing the game. I haven't beat it yet, so I'm not too familiar with this character. But apparently this is one in the game that Wukong does go up against. So $295 USD. This recently went up for pre-order, I believe. So $295 USD. Also on the smaller scale. The character is supposed to be small. So this is standing at 9.4 inches, so 24 centimeters. And that's with the base included. So he has a base, and so that height accounts for him on the base, for his character on the base. 25 points of articulation. Sculpted hair with articulated eyes that are non-magnetic. Again, Inart has to specify that because they're starting to come out with figures that have magnetic movable eyes. These don't. These are non-magnetic, so they just have the levers, the typical levers inside. 4 hands, preservation orb, some mystical mirror, his rake, his weapon rake, and then, like I said, a base with a metal support stand. So yeah, this this version here has the fabric cloth goods. Of course, you know, Inart does their attention to detail on their tailoring and their clothing. So I wouldn't expect anything less on this one. Yeah, not too familiar with this, but for those of you, like I mentioned earlier on the stream, Inart's doing the Wukong and the Great Sage armor, right? That went up for that has been up for pre-order. I think a lot of places are starting to be sold out on that. There's a couple of sites that have it, but for those of you that pre-ordered that or have that on the way and want something to pair with that from the game, you know, a game version of the other characters, Inart has got you. They have this one. I don't know how deep they're going into this line though, in the 6th scale, anyways. But yeah, you got Zhu. Again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Sorry if I'm not, but you know, it looks like an interesting character. It seems on par for Wukong. But yeah, you guys got any thoughts on this one here? Nope.
I know nothing. I know nothing of the character.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah, not familiar either.
I need to play that
things.
game though.
Did you get it?
No, not yet.
No. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I started it and I just dropped off and I switched over to Fortnite. So I've been playing that. You know that, BMS. So I got it, but I do want to go back to it and finish it up. So yeah, if nothing else. So I mentioned Inart, they did a 6 scale. They also have a 12 scale version of this, and we'll switch over to that. So now switching over to the smaller scale. Now this part of the stream, we got the same character, but now in 12 scale, which is kind of interesting. I think this is the first time Inart has done this, where they have both a 12 scale and a 6 scale version of the same character. Granted, this is only their second figure on the 12 scale side. And there are some reviews of this already up, and I saw a couple of them today, or actually just one. And pretty much what you expect. The sculpting and the paint on this is, it looks legit from what I'm seeing. It looks great. The articulation, he does have multiple points of articulation, although the range is not there because it's a smaller scale character. And some of the this is all plastic, right? So some of it, the articulation, the range is going to be hindered by some of the other parts bumping into each other, and the fact again that it's a smaller figure. So you kind of just heads up for that. This is $64 USD, and it should be shipping pretty soon because, like I said, some reviewers already have it up. And this one, standing at 4.3 inches, so about 11 centimeters. Again, this is supposed to be a short character. And again, that's with the base included. Like that's with the character on the figure on the base. So it's total 4.3 inches in height, 28 points of articulation here. And pretty much the same accessories, right? You got 4 sets of hands, his orb, his mirror, and his rake weapon here. But yeah, on the review that I've seen, man, they went a close up on the detail. And we can kind of see it here. Like the sculpting and the paint on this just looks awesome. And to be honest, like when I saw the reviews and just like the photos of the Inart, the Batman that they did, I'm blanking on the Christian Bale, the Dark Knight Batman. It looked cool, but I had seen some other figures that were like the detailing and the sculpts and the paint looked pretty good, and I was like, oh damn, okay, that looks pretty good. But this one here, I think this one stands out more compared to the Batman. But I think that's because of the character itself, right, and the design of it. Like all the hairs here on this, look at it, like on the head sculpt, like it's just, and again, for a small scale figure, like to get this amount of sculpt and paint and detail on this small of a scale figure is just awesome. So yeah, I'm really impressed by this one. You can see the textures on his coat. Again, like just all the sculpts here on the lining of his coat here on the, I guess, what do you call this part of his jacket? All these ropes around his waist. Yeah, this looks really cool. Not something I'm not going to get, but still, it's just, kind of a testament to what Inart's doing and what they're coming through with on their end, what they're kind of trying to, the reputation they're building for themselves in the 1/12 scale part of of collecting of these figures here. I don't know, but you guys got any thoughts on this one? Guessing not, but just in case.
Seems like an odd choice to start with him in that scale. But they don't have Wukong in that scale, right? So
not yet. No, he was teased, but they haven't released him yet. But yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's a weird choice.
Yeah, I forgot what. I think it was the Wonder Festival, the Shanghai Wonder Festival. I think it was called. They teased or had a display of their upcoming figures, and they did have Sun Wukong on there. And I think it was this character, and there was some other ones, but they have a few more coming. But yeah, you're right. I don't know why. It's kind of interesting why they went with this one first. Maybe because they had the 6 scale version. Not too far. This wasn't too far behind the 6 scale version. I don't know. But hopefully, yeah, they should have the Wukong coming pretty soon here. But yeah, sorry, X-Men, you were saying anything else?
Yeah. Nope.
Nope. All right. So yeah, again, if the 6 scale version wasn't your thing, it wasn't your cup of tea, then you got a 12 scale option here as well. And I do have oh, look at it, here's Wukong in the back right here. I'm pretty sure that's him. So yeah, got a little tease there. Yeah, in 12 scale, there's a lot of versions of Sun Wukong. I have a couple of them myself, and I think there's a couple more on the way. And so for those who have those versions of Wukong, right, not by somebody like a character done someone outside of Inart, you know, you want this character, this Zhu by Bajie, to pair with him. You know, you have that option there. I don't know if those other companies are gonna do this character. I haven't seen a version of this yet, but they've done other characters from that whole Journey to the West storyline. But I don't think anyone else has done this character yet. But I know this is again based on the game, so I don't know how closely the game follows the actual story of that of Journey to the West. But yeah, there you go. It does look cool though. I mean, I gotta give get it props in art for the sculpts and the paint here on this one. This looks awesome. All right, so going on to the next. Make sure I'm not okay. Yeah, 6 goes. So going back to 12 scale. Going back to Street Fighter, we have here comes a new challenger. This is Sagat from Storm Collectibles, their arena line. So I covered so they done previously. Ryu and Ken, I think, were the only ones so far in the Storm Arena line, the Storm Collectibles Arena line. So there's Storm Collectibles, just to kind of summarize real quick. I think I went through this on a previous figure lowdown, but they have Storm Collectibles, which are a little bigger than your typical 12 scale, and that's like standing more like at 1/10, at 7 inches ish, maybe a little bit taller depending on the character. Well, ever since Jada Toys came out and started doing their Street Fighter versions, you know, coincidentally, Storm Collectibles decided to come out and do their arena line, which is supposed to be more true to 1/12 scale. So these are shorter than their current Street Fighter lines that they had before. So I think I don't know. I think this may indirectly be trying to compete with Jada Toys here. So this is Sagat, and this is based on Street Fighter Alpha 3, $38 USD. Set to come out this year, Q4, and he's standing at 8.6 inches, so about 22 centimeters. Again, you know, for those of you who are Street Fighter fans who know Sagat, he's a pretty tall character, and it looks like, you know, because Storm Collectibles, it seemed like had an agreement with BBTS, at least here in the States, and so BBTS were the only ones who were selling Storm Collectibles here in the States, and so that seems to be the case with these as well, because I didn't see this on any other US-based retailer sites. So the only one I have linked is BBTS for this figure here. But yeah, so I'll do a comparison of Jada Toys. I did a slide here with Jada Toys, but this one looks cool. This is the one I was eyeing. It was either between this one or the Storm Collectibles, the taller version, because I wanted a big, imposing, tall Sagat, kind of to go represent more of the animated. If you guys remember Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, where he was like really big, he was like towering over Ryu or Ryu. Your pick, however you want to pronounce that. So I wanted something really big, but I think this one was sufficient. So I ended up going with this one. So I pulled the trigger on this one. But yeah, this is really cool. Again, I know smaller scale, a lot of people are not going to like the joints on this one, but for those of you who are used to this on the smaller scale, you know, that's how you can get all this great articulation from here. And this one, this iteration, this look, I think I prefer this one over the Jada Toys one, which we'll look at here in a second. But speaking of, let me go and just pull it up then. Here we go. All right, so we have the Storm Arena Street Fighter Alpha 3 look on the left, and then the Jada Toys one that I mentioned. This is based on the Ultra Street Fighter 2 iteration of Sagat. So you can see that one's supposed to be a little tall, like more of a leaner, kind of thinner Sagat, where the Alpha 3 one's supposed to be kind of a little more bulkier, still tall, but like a little more bulkier and ripped. And so you can kind of see like the design comparisons here. between the two. And yeah, so I wanted more of like the Alpha 3 look, so that's the one I ended up going with. But to do a kind of quick comparison here of the accessories, they, again, I mentioned they usually kind of are going head to head, so to speak, on their lines. So pretty similar in accessories and what they come with. They both come with 2 interchangeable head sculpts. You got another pair of alternate hands with Jada toys. But let me see if I'm looking at this right. Yeah, but no, actually they both come with 2 pairs of hands, right? So you have the open hands on Jada toys and the open hands here on Storm Marina. They each have a pair of fists. They each have a stand, a plastic stand. One of the main differences, the Storm Marina comes with like this foot flaming effect. So this effect here on the left goes on his foot, whereas the one on the right is more like his tiger fireball effect that he shoots every time you hear him say tiger. That's what the stand is for. I think it connects underneath the that effect there, and so pretty similar in accessories. But for the most part, the big difference is going to be their looks here between the two, their styles. But yeah, again, Street Fighter fans, if you're looking for a Sagat, this is like a pretty good option. This is the one I'm going with, anyways. This one here, this Sagat here. But you guys got any thoughts? Are you big Street Fighter fans at all, or any Street Fighter fans at all? Beam or
I hated this dude.
X-Men?
I hated this dude.
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
I used to go to sleep and hear Tiger, Tiger.
Yeah.
I fucking hated this guy, man. This guy ruined so many days for me.
Mm.
Is that because people were playing as him and they were just like whoop you or what?
No, it was just on the console at home, just by myself. I could not beat this motherfucker. I hated this guy. And then he said there laughing. Like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, he was a pain. Yeah, with you like in Street Fighter 2 Turbo, that's the one that I played on SNES.
Yep.
That's the one that I grew up with. And then you can get to a point where like this is before they had all these other like systems they have in place with the current Street Fighter, so it was more a matter of just memorizing how the computer plays and like their tactics and timing their moves. And so yeah, this one, like once I got Sagat's timing down, I was able to beat him. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Like he did get pretty annoying. X-Men when we played it, but is that the one that's same for you, Beam? Were you Street Fighter 2 Turbo?
Yes, it was Street Fighter 2 for sure. Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Yep.
But basing it off the looks of these guys, I'd probably pick up the Storm Marina if I were doing it. If I were picking up these 12 skills, I think the Storm Marina looks better.
Was it X-Men?
He's more detailed. He's HD.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 8 more HD. Yeah, in 4K. Sagat in 4K. Yeah. Yeah. What were you saying, Beam?
No, I know Jada does some pretty good stuff, but yeah, I think the Storm Marina did it better.
Yep. Yeah, and it's just preference, right? And looks. Like I mentioned, this is from Alpha 3 or 03, depending on what part of the world you're from. And then Jada Toys, so far all their figures, their Street Fighter figures, are based on Ultra Street Fighter 2. So you have your different looks there if you want to go for either one. I ended up picking up the Storm Marina Ken as well because that's the version of Ken that has like the long hair with the long ponytail. And that one looked cool. That one got a lot of good reviews on that one, so I picked that one up as well. So I have that one and the Jada Toys one. I got both versions. But yeah, love me some classic Street Fighter, man. All right, we got Figure Fight Club saying, gotta go, guys. Time for bed. Y'all have a good night. I subscribed. Appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks very much, Albie, for your time and for the sub, man. I really appreciate that. See you on your next show. Yeah, man. And thanks again for stopping by, man. I really appreciate that. And you have a good night as well. And I'll try to make it on there when I can, man. When I can. All right, so we got, this was Sagat. Okay, one more set of smaller scale figures. We're going even smaller. Jumping down from 12 scale to 1/18. This is the last of them for tonight. Nice, and we're still under 3 hours. Look at us. Look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. This is the Joy Toy TMNT. There's three sets of figures that were released. There was Dirtbag, Groundchuck, and Rahzar. And so we'll look at all three of them. Yeah, and I've talked about these figures before as well. I'll link. I forgot to put that in the description below, but I'll throw that in there if you guys want to reference on the other figure lowdowns. But yeah, I know Local Lou's a big fan of these. These are a 1/18 scale, but man, the amount of detail and the sculpt they bring to this line. I picked up the Turtles for sure, and I got Bebop and Rocksteady, and I was gonna stop there. And there's some of the other ones like April, Splinter, I didn't get. I think Actually, I take that back. I think I got some of the foot soldiers and a couple of foot soldiers, and I think it was Shredder as well. But I wasn't trying to get all of them. But yeah, seeing these, man, I was like, damn, this took me back. So let's just start with Dirtbag here, the rodent. I forget what exactly he is, what kind of rodent he is, but
he's got to be a mole. He's a mole, right? I think they were moles.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, I think it is like some sort of mole. Or what's the other equivalent to it? Not equivalent, similar to a mole. What's the other? Is it a mole? What's the? There's another term for it.
Well, Groundchuck is in his name. Like
no, this is
Groundchuck.
Yeah,
Groundchuck is the other guy though, and that's like a name for them. But also, I don't remember Groundchuck, Groundhog.
Groundhog. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe it's Groundhog. Yeah, it might be. I don't know. Maybe
they're huge. Like moles are so much smaller.
You're right. It might be a mole then. Yeah, I'm trying to think of another name. Yeah, Ash Chase is thinking a rat. Yeah, that might. I think it was that too, but I can't remember if he had a tail. We'll take a look at the photos. You guys tell me. So they're all about 4.7 inches. Like I said, they're 18 scale, 1/18 scale, so about 12 centimeters. Set to come out next month, actually. So from what I've seen, 2025. Keep in mind also that for the most part, I'm pretty sure all these this whole line in the you from Georgia, right? They won't.
You're digitizing again.
Tomo origato.
Oh, you froze a little bit. Oh, nope, you're frozen now.
Yep. Froze.
Oh no!
When you guys were saying ground chuck, the chef in me is like, that's ground beef.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I didn't even know they were doing Dirtbag and Groundchuck. I didn't even know they were doing those guys. I knew about the other ones. Slash looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like if I was very tempted when I saw Slash. Like if I got one of these, I would get them all.
Nice.
Because they're so small.
All right, how about now? Am I still robot-y?
There you go. Now you're back.
You're good now.
Okay, damn it. Yeah. Okay. What was I? Yeah. So we'll look at some of these photos. You guys tell me if he's a mole or a rat or what. But yeah. So I'll try to make this quick. So before I freeze again. So this Dirtbag comes with 8 hands, a detonator, daggers, a shovel, an axe, pliers, wheelbarrow. Man, he's got a bunch, and a quarter of like a sewer diorama base, which is similar to what the other figures came with. If you collect all 4 of them, you can put them together and have like a little mini like diorama base of like a sewer, which is really cool. So it seems like they're just kind of reusing the same ones though for each figure. I haven't seen them switch it up at all. And a nail gun. So this is Dirtbag, and I didn't have this figure when I was younger. I had the other one that we're gonna look at, Groundchuck. But man, just looking at this one looks really awesome. So yeah, here's Groundchuck. Let me go back to the yeah. Oh, here's the back. Here's Dirtbag's back here. Here's all his accessories, which is really cool that you can put. It looks like you can put almost all of them on him, like somewhere on his back. Here's the shovel. Yeah, right.
1/18, yeah.
Yeah, again, this is one of those ones where, like, for the scale, I was really impressed by what they're doing as far as sculpt and paint. Just like their take on the turtles and all these figures. And I didn't think they were going to go this deep. I thought of course, the turtles, and I thought they were going to do Bebop, Rocksteady, Shredder, and Foot Soldiers. But no, they kept going, man. They did, yes. Like I said, April, Splinter, Krang in the android body.
The Triceratons are dope.
Yeah, the Triceratons. Thank you. Yep, they did those.
They're huge compared to the turtles.
Yeah.
He's a mole. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so they're going deep in this line, which is awesome to see because, as you guys know from the animated show, they have a lot of characters, so they can do a lot. So yeah, they're all. So it's kind of, the pricing is kind of weird. If you kind of on Joy Toys website, they're $46 USD, but like I said, that you can't buy them directly from there. But the prices vary, and their availability is limited. 1/6 kit had them. But you can only get them in a 3-pack of all these 3 figures that we're going to look at, which kind of sucked because I didn't want all 3 of them. I just wanted the 2, but I just ended up, because that was the only way I can get them. I just got them that way, and they weren't available at too many sites. And so 1/6 kit, I believe, is since sold out because it's not on their site anymore. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe it was something they was just temporarily down or what. But yeah, these seem to kind of come and go because, yeah, like I said, they have a reputation. They've been doing pretty well, man. So going on to this is Groundchuck here. This one is the main one I wanted here. So Groundchuck, let me go over to his accessories. Yeah, look at this,
now
man.
Groundchuck makes sense.
Yeah, 8 hands is laser gun, rifle, plenty of rifles and pistols. Look at that. He has his. I like he has come with a bullfighting flag, 3 special effect pieces. Like what is it? Was a horn launch replacement, ox horn launch replacement, a rocket special effect. Yeah, man, he has all this stuff. A sewer, a manhole sewer cover, and then that diorama piece. So yeah, grapple hook, and it looks like some sort of crossbow type of thing. I had this character I had when I was younger from the. That's what I was gonna say earlier. So I had a lot of these from who did it? Playmates, the original Turtles. But back in the day, I had all the Turtles, and this was one of them that I had. Groundchuck. I think actually, I still think I have it somewhere here. I got to get it, but you know this character, this figure alone, man, this really pops. Man. Like I'm really digging the design of this. Like the colors, the paint. Look at the weathering on this, on him. The wash that they put on him. This looks so awesome, man. And like, this was one of my favorites when I was younger. This figure. Just again, because all the stuff he came with and how he looked. And so if anything, I wanted to get this one, but like I said, because it was hard just to buy this by itself, you had to get it in some sort of like pack. I ended up just getting that 3-pack. But yeah, this is Groundchuck. Again, about 12, a little over 12 centimeters, about 4.7 inches, just under 5
inches
here. Next up, we have Rahzar. Rahzar is
there he is.
Yeah, this guy. You guys remember this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. 6 hands, his mace, rocket launcher, rocket projectile there, a door shield, a car door shield, shotgun, kebab, donut, and another base as well. A guitar. I don't know what the guitar is. Maybe those hand kind of dagger things. I'm not sure. Maybe. Oh, here's his rocket projectile here. It looks like a wolf type of like rocket, whatever this is. That's funny. I didn't notice that. So yeah, they came out with Toka previously. I think those were the last figures I covered. If I believe it was Toka and Slash. You mentioned Slash X-Men. Yeah. I think those were announced prior to this. So here's to pair with Toka, you have Rahzar here, and so this iteration is not my favorite. I probably could have done without, but you know, like I said, it was part of the pack, so I just ended up. I don't know. I may sell off just Rahzar here to somebody that might be interested. But yeah, these two. Here's all 3 of them. This looks awesome, man. Just like again, Dirtbag and Groundchuck there. I know. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention. I think I also have the NECA versions of these. The animated NECA Turtles they did, or the NECA versions of Groundchuck and Dirtbag. They sold them as a 2-pack also. So now I have those 2 versions. I have 2 iterations of these figures. But yeah, awesome pack. Definitely wanted to go over these because these definitely look awesome. I'm looking forward to getting these 2 here, and they should be shipping pretty soon. But yeah, I'll turn over to you guys. You guys got any thoughts on these? I'm guessing. I know you guys don't collect these in this scale, but Turtle fans at all?
No, I love Turtles. I was tempted kind of for a while there after I first saw the Turtles themselves.
Yeah.
But I think I missed a few or a couple. I don't know. But if I were to get the Turtles, I'd probably get all the rest of the line too. Just because they're so small and they take up so little space. But like that would get expensive too, just because they're like $50 a piece, roughly. So 4 of them, that's $200 right there.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're so little.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
and I had a hard time with the Turtles, how they have like stuff like riveted to their shells. That always kind of bothered me a little bit. I wasn't really a huge fan of like how Leonardo has his strap that goes around the back of his shell, and he's got that riveted in there to hold his katanas. But then they still have the strap going up from the front back into his shell. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense at all. So that kind of bothered me a little bit, but
I got you.
They're still really cool.
Yeah. Wait, sorry. Did you say you had? So, do you have any versions of Turtles, or no?
No, I had all the. I probably had like 85% of the Playmates figures when I was a kid, and I had like the movie Turtles as well. Those are the
Yeah.
rubbery kind of ones that they came out with in the '90s. I had them for years, but I don't have any Turtles currently. I would love to get those
Okay.
quarter scale NECA Turtles, but
Yeah.
they just I don't have the room for those.
Yep. Need them in 6 scale. Yep. I know Blue's leading that charge on the Turtles, or Blue and being Blue Beam on getting movie Turtles in 6 scale. Yeah, man. If whoever's listening, whoever's out there, we can definitely, us collectors, I know there's quite a few out there who can use those in 6 scale, those movie Turtles, the 1990 movie Turtles. I know they've done the Michael Bay ones that 3-0 did those a while ago, but
Ugh, I hate those Turtles.
a lot of people are asking for the
I hate Michael Bay's Turtles so much, and it's so aggravating to me every time I see a friggin' Raphael. Since then, he's got the whole do rag thing going. That
Oh,
pisses me
yeah.
off so much.
Yeah, I don't like that
I
either, to
hate
be
everything
honest.
about
Yeah.
that. I hate Michael
Yeah,
Bay so much for doing that to the Turtles.
Was he the one that led that? That started
Yeah, that was Michael Bay's Turtles. Michael Bay
Ah,
started.
damn
Michael Bay started. Raph had the do rag because they had to be hood.
it.
And
I don't. Yeah,
fuck Michael Bay.
I know
dude.
that was in the movie, but I didn't realize that he was the one that started. Yeah, I didn't like that either. I know some people do, but that wasn't just my. For me, that wasn't my Raphael. I wanted the typical bandana one. But yeah, let's see. We lost Beam, and I see Beam here's his internet went down. Not sure when it'll be back. Oh, damn. Sorry, Beam. Man, so it wasn't just me. Look at that. There's internet going all over. So it's not just California infrastructure. Looks like it's like U.S. infrastructure. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Oh, look at. Speaking of turtles, speak turtles, and he shall appear. We got P-Rock in the house. What does a P-Rock say? Says that, and he overcomplicated the Transformers design. Yeah, man, I definitely agree. Although as cool as it was to see in the movie, you couldn't follow like how that transformation was going at all. It was just like a lot of gears and like things spinning and moving. Like I'm pretty sure if you played in slow motion, like it wouldn't make sense. You would like line it up and where things would go. Like what the hell? I mean, it looked nice. It just it didn't seem like it made sense. But yeah, I agree with you, P-Rock. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. What do you think about these turtles, P-Rock? If you're still watching here on this, I don't think you said you were getting these, but yeah, as a fellow turtle collector on multiple scales. But yeah, no, like I said, I pulled the trigger on these. Hopefully, for those of you who are still looking, who weren't aware, hopefully you're able to get these. I think there's a couple of sites who still had this. Well, at least for us here in the States, right? It's hard for us to get these because they're not licensed here in the States. So for those elsewhere outside of the U.S., I think it might be easier. I could be wrong, but I think it might be easier for you to get these, especially in the Asian markets. I think that's where mostly they're licensed there. So, yep. Looking forward to getting these though. Looking forward to getting these. All right. So, I think that was about it. But since we're a little early, I have one more that was teased just before we started the stream. 12 scale, and I think this might be up your alley here, X-Man. So I thought since you were going to be on, it'd be good to bring this up real quick. So Bandai, Tamashii Nations, SH Figuarts just teased one of their new lines, part of their Gamerverse line. They had released some photos, and this is the Cyclops based on the Marvel vs. Capcom series that they have coming up. And yeah, like you can tell they definitely want this to be Marvel vs. Capcom because a lot of these poses are based on the art from those games. This, I know, I recognize this pose here. Yeah, like I said, this just was announced, went up recently, earlier today, actually. And so they hasn't went up for pre-order yet. I think it said pre-orders go up July 1st for these. But yeah, it definitely has the SH Figuarts flair to it. You can tell like they're the ones who do these thigh articulations here, the way I have this designed. I'm not a big fan of it, but I understand like, that's their design to kind of help you get that better articulation. This does look pretty clean, man. I'm not gonna like the blues and the paints on this. This does look pretty awesome. The hair, the detail in the hair looks pretty awesome there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really digging this, man. I'm really tempted. Got to get the back shot here, of course, but this is again another move that he does in the game. This is like one of his, I think, is like his hard punch move. Push hard punch. He does that right, yeah. And I just noticed here before we get to that, like, look at the strap here. It looks like it's like kind of all one piece, but it's not attached to his back, which allows for some movement and articulation there. That's interesting.
Yeah, people have been doing that lately with the Cyclops figures, and it seems to be working out really well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, which I don't mind. Like, I'd rather have this and have that range of articulation than have it limited because it's attached to his body. So that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that they did that. Let's see here. This pose, yeah, not quite there, but I see what they're going for. Where he's about to do his super optic blast move, where he's charging up, and you can kind of get it there. He's like has it crouched down, but I think his head's supposed to be turned more to the left. But yeah, it's pretty close, man.
Yeah.
And speaking of optic blasts, oh, this is his Jian strike move. I think it's called Jian strike. His uppercut combo.
Something like that. Yeah, it's been a while since I played
the game. Yeah,
Marvel versus Capcom, but yeah, it looks right.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the big optic blast though, or at least not so far as I've seen.
Yeah, no, you're right. Not in like physical plastic form. However, let's see here. He has this one, which is cool. This is a cool effect. I know we've seen this before in Marvel Legends too. They've kind of done something similar. So there's that. Here's the stand they have where one of his jumping poses. But here.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
So I don't know if this is just a design or if this is actually going to come with it, but so yeah, they just basically just printed it on a backdrop kind of cardboard type of thing and put it in the background, which is still a cool effect, right? I mean, like
that works.
Yeah, it does. Like for the photo right here, it looks like it works pretty good too. But you kind of think of like practically if they were to actually make this, like how would that work, right? You would have to have it supported some way if it's going to be huge. So I can definitely see like the challenges of actually printing that out, that plastic part for this. But no, yeah, I agree. This works for photos, especially. This is like a cool option here too. So yeah, like I said, I don't know if I'm guessing this is going to come with it. Like I said, I haven't read the details because this was just put up recently, earlier today, and so it hasn't gone up for pre-order yet. But no, yeah, this is a new line for them, which it seems like it is. This is going to be something to look for, something to look out for all you MVC fans. I know Marvel Legends recently came out with their MVC, their Marvel vs. Capcom line as well on their front. For Hasbro, they have like a whole like legit Marvel vs. Capcom line where Wolverine's based on his animation or his design from the game.
Yeah,
also, did you
I
see
feel like they dropped the ball on those because I saw that Psylocke and I was unimpressed. I was very unimpressed with their Psylocke because they had her in poses from the game and they had her with Thanos and all that.
Yeah,
and that figure looks absolutely nothing like that version of Psylocke. It was very disappointing, I thought, because I was thinking about getting them. I didn't care about getting Thanos, but I wanted Psylocke because she's like one of my favorite X-Men. But I saw that figure and I said, no, I'm good. Not my Game Reverse Psylocke. But this looks the part.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I saw those and the Psylocke, I was tempted, but yeah, like you, I ended up passing because it didn't look good enough for me to pull the trigger on. Because I do have the Mafex Psylocke, which I actually really like, and so
I wish I had gotten her.
Oh, you
yeah, I was thinking about it. Like I saw her and I thought, man, that'd be cool to have. And I thought about getting the Mafex stuff, and I was debating because I'm not doing smaller. I'm not doing smaller figures lately. I'm like, well, I just want to stick to 1/6, but I keep thinking about those in particular. Because they all look really good. The Gambit's amazing. Their Cyclops looks good. The Wolverine's good. He's weird with the paint, but what are you gonna do? But like that Psylocke looked really nice. And then they reissued her, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and I still was like, nah. And I still think about it every now and again. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to have, but I think I'm hoping that Mondo does a Psylocke.
Yeah, gotcha.
I don't know if they will, but I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't think they will either. But I mean, it'd be cool if they did, though. No, like for the same reasons you were talking about those versions from Mafex, I ended up getting those for sure because like, oh damn, I had to get those. I had the Marvel Legends as well, but the previous ones. But yeah, I saw those and I ended up getting that Psylocke. I like the way they did the metallic paint on her. The blue metallic. which was awesome. The way they did her, the paint and the sculpt on her face. And
Yeah.
I also got the Cyclops also. So those are my display X-Men figures in 12 scale. But yeah, I don't know. Compared to this one, like I might get this one as well and have multiple Cyclopses. Like shit, damn it.
Well, this looks very good.
Yeah.
This looks very good. If they do Psylocke, I'm probably gonna get her.
Yeah. Where she has like the big thighs. You're talking about that look, right? Where she has like the big legs.
like her face is all different from what they did with friggin' the Marvel Legends and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
this
agree.
looks good.
Yeah, I agree. The Marvel Legends, it wasn't really truly accurate to the game. So yeah, I'm hoping Figuarts picks it up and goes that route as well. It seems like so far they're all trying to be like, I haven't done a comparison, a 1-to-1, but once this goes up for pre-order, I'll probably come back and I'll revisit this on Figure Lowdown here and go over the accessories and all that.
Is this the first one that they've done?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think Figuarts has done. I could be wrong, but I don't think this is their first X-Men, let alone like Marvel vs. Capcom.
Because I've not seen or heard anything yet outside of this.
Yeah, correct me in the chat or in the comments here. I'll look deeper. But like I said, I haven't had time to do more research on this. But I think that's why I was surprised when I saw this, because I was like, damn, I don't recall them doing any X-Men. Bandai, SH Figuarts before this. They usually do anime. Here's Beam. We got Beam back.
They do Street Fighter though, right? They've done a couple of those, haven't they?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they've done plenty of Street Fighter. But yeah, I don't think they've done any X-Men. So for one, it seems like they got either like I don't know if it's like a general Marvel license or specifically X-Men license for X-Men. So that's the thing, right? If we're talking about Marvel versus Capcom, right, then you would think they would have the Marvel license to do those characters in that game. And I don't know if I missed it. Yeah, that's actually, now that I say that, I don't know if this is based on, because there was an X-Men versus Street Fighter. There was then there was Marvel versus Capcom, and then there was just X-Men, right? Children of the Atom, like the first game of that whole like versus series.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They did the Onslaught and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not really clear what this is based on yet. So I guess that's still up in the air, unless I missed it. But yeah, I'm not sure how far this is going to go. But no, either way, yeah, this looks badass. I'm really tempted to pick this up.
I won't get Cyclops, but if they do Wolverine, if they do Psylocke, then I'll probably get in.
Yeah, man. If they, like you're saying, if they did like an accurate video game version of Psylocke, I will be in also. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Rogue. Yeah. Cable. Again, like Marvel Legends did one that's supposed to be. I don't think it was actually labeled Marvel vs. Capcom, but it was supposed to be one that's similar. I think there's some things that are still off. I ended up getting that one, but yeah, if they did like an accurate MVC, Cable, definitely got to get that one as well. With the big ass gun that he has. Yeah. Beam, welcome back, man. Any thoughts on this one? I was just telling X-Men, this was recently put up, posted by Bandai, Tamashii Nations, as a tease or as a little preview. This hasn't gone up for pre-order yet, but any thoughts on this one?
He looks pretty good. You see, there was 1/12.
Yeah, 1/12. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have
the
bad. Make it in 6 scale banner there.
Yeah. Yep, make it in 6 scale. We need it 6 scale. But yeah, he looks good. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, this pose rate is like awesome too. Speaking of like this little side effect or this like optic effect here of like the streaming blast he has, that's awesome. I'm sure it's gonna be easily broken, so be really careful and delicate with that. But it looks cool. Speaking of, I know everyone's talking about the Hono Magneto that's being shipped recently to people, and then this Cyclops. I'm still waiting on present toys. I no word on their Cyclops or Magneto yet, and I'm still curious to really see how those came out. So I have both of those on pre-order also. So I
getting that throne.
Yeah, I was on the fence, and it's gonna take up some space. Honestly, I probably like dug myself in a hole there, but it just looked too badass, man. Like I saw that statue of Magneto on that throne, and like once I saw that they had a 6 scale like version of that for the figures, I was like, damn it, that'd just be too badass not to get it. And so I don't know, future me problem, but it's just like I had to get it, man. I couldn't pass it up. Did you get it?
No, I didn't get Magneto or the Throne. I don't know, man. Like Magneto is a weird character for me. Like it has to be specific. I think. Like it has to be like it's not talking to me. Like I feel like I don't really need Magneto. Like I need to get him for the Mondo line because I haven't gotten him yet.
Yeah.
And I'm still like, I still haven't done it yet. Like I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've been less about picking up the villains than I have been the heroes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
I got you.
Except for like Sabretooth. I had to get Sabretooth.
Yeah, same from Mondo.
And Omega Red.
Yeah, yep. Same. I got both of those also, yeah. Yeah, that present toys, going back to that Magneto, one of the other things that sold me was that unhelmeted head sculpt also, where he has just like his hair. It's the long hair version. That just looked really cool. Hopefully the final comes out good, but yeah, that sold me on it. And then seeing him again like that in X-Men 97, I was like, oh man, yeah, it just kind of further sold it for me. So I think I already had it on pre-order at that time, but still, like, and maybe someone might do an X-Men 97 version of that, like a more accurate version. I'm pretty sure there might be some inconsistencies between those, but still, like, it just, yeah, there's like a lot of things that sold me on getting that on that version of Magneto. So I'm looking forward to it, though. Hopefully, knock on wood, it comes out good. Yep. All right. Let's see here. Let me go back to the chat here. P-Rock saying, not sure if I can do more Turtle lines, but I'm enjoying my Joy Toy Warhammer 40K figures, so I may get them. Yeah, I heard that's another thing they're known for. Joy Toy, if you're not familiar, they do a lot of Warhammer figures as well in that 118 scale. I think they did some in a 112 scale as well. I don't know what. I believe I could be wrong, but I thought I did. P-Rock, yeah, I had to get these. Love that game design and characters. I think you're talking about the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Is that right? P-Rock, you're talking about here the Cyclops? If you are, then yeah, man, we're with you here. Let's see. I've been trying to get P-Rock saying I've been trying to get a Smash Brosnan display, but it's been hard. This will make it easier for NBC display. What is that? I'm totally missing something.
Oh, Smash Brothers.
Oh, Smash Brothers. Okay, yeah. I was like Brosnan. Yeah. For a second I thought, yeah, okay, got it. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think there's a few. Yeah, I would like to do that too. I have a couple of figures also from that game, not directly from, but that could go as that too. Yeah. So I think I'm right there with you, P-Rock. I think we're on the same page there. Yep. I hear you. We got Frank Krabbe. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. In the house. Thank you for coming through, Frank. Says, I used to call the Tomorrow Kings from 3A Ashley Wood years back. They looked awesome back then and was something completely new and different. Yeah, the new TK looks good. I will go for him for sure. Nice. Yeah, so we got a fan of the Tomorrow Kings. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, and for the same reason you just pointed out, right? They're just like doing new and creative designs, and they're doing good things over there. So for those, who are looking for that type of thing, more on the artistic side, it's really awesome. So glad to hear that you're a fan of those. It seems like some people are enjoying those. So that's good to hear. He's also saying here, the JPT and Pop Costume Moth Ninja must have. I have 2 other figs and 2 dioramas, so I know the quality. I was lucky to snatch her up because they sell out fast. Yeah, like I was saying, that Silent Hound, that's already sold out. I think I haven't checked on the Ruthless Blade. That one I have. I don't know if that's still available, but from what I've seen, like once they're gone, they're pretty hard to get afterwards. So
yeah, the window is still open for Moth Ninja. It closes on the 24th, so we've got a day left. So I'm gonna have to get her. I have to get her. She's too good. Yeah.
I think I'm going to be right there behind you, especially like what Frank here is mentioning, kind of further. Someone else who has more experience with that seems like knows what's up. So yeah, that's something to think about, collectors out there. If you're on the fence with that, I think I'm going to be with you on X-Men. Sam, maybe Beam as well on that as well. All right. Yeah. Sorry, Frank. Sorry if I can't get to all of them here, but let me read this one here. It says, I did PL the Wukong from Uman Studio. Yeah, not from Inart, but it's not too late. The pig from Inart is also in 1/6 for pre-order since yesterday. Yep. Yeah, I covered that earlier. I covered Bajie, I think his name. That's how you pronounce the name. Both in 1/6, 1/12 from Inart. Those are both available for pre-order. And yeah, Uman Studio did a version of Wukong. I got the How You Toys version. That's the one I have, the dark Wukong version. And I know they did quite a few. So yeah, there's a couple options out there. But yeah, thanks again, Frank, for being active in the chat and sharing those thoughts with us and for joining us here. Oh yes, P-Rock saying Smash Brothers, damn Autotex. Yeah, he's saying hopefully they make his MVC team of Akuma and Venom. Ooh, yeah, that would be cool. Oh, you're talking about Bandai, SH Figuarts? Yeah. Yeah, also, P-Rock's a fellow Bandai SH Figuarts collector. I know him and I have that in common. He also collects Naruto and Dragon Ball figures as well. So, yeah, my man, I definitely hear you on that one. I'm with you on that one.
I used to roll with Wolverine and Ryu. That was my team. Yeah, those were my boys.
Cyclops and well, it was them two or Cyclops and Ryu. I would kind of alternate between those two, but yeah, I'm with you as well, man. It was tried and true Ryu, from classic Street Fighter days. I would stick with him.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right, gentlemen. Well, we got through it. I'm really surprised. I was like telling you guys, like, man, I think it's gonna be a long stream because there's a lot of figures to talk about, but we got through those in under 3 hours. Wow, long list. I think this might be one of the records for a shorter one. But no, appreciate you coming through on a Sunday night again, Beam. I know it's your Friday, so thanks for starting your weekend off with us. X-Men, thank you as well, man. I know it's been a minute since you've been on a Figure Lowdown, but anytime you're able, man, you're always welcome. And so thank you to all who tuned in and watched any part of this for any amount of time, either, especially if you saw it from beginning to end. Much love. Definitely greatly appreciate your time here. Let's go around the clock and see if anyone has anything going on. X-Man, you got anything you want to plug? Anything coming up?
No, nothing in particular for me. I do still have, because I haven't really been putting it out there so much, and I need to.
Yeah.
This spare Artisan Jack Sparrow. I've been meaning to put it up and put in the BSCs. I just haven't done it yet. But if anybody is thinking about an Artisan Jack, let me know.
There you go. Hit up X-Men Supreme.
Hit me up on Instagram.
Yep, I'll put his link in the description below. His Instagram link if you want to. Yeah, hit him up if you're interested in, or if you just want to check out some of his stuff. I know he has some pretty humorous stuff on his IG, so you can check that out. But yeah, thanks again, my man X-Man, my fellow X-Men collector. Appreciate you coming through, man. S Beam, friend of the channel. He has his link. You can find his link to his YouTube channel and friends of the channel. I know every Monday Collector's Figure. You got that coming up tomorrow?
Yes, Collector's Figure will be up tomorrow, 6:15-ish Central Time. So, yep. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Not a whole lot. But there will be a rant. I can guarantee there will be a blue rant next.
Oh, there you go. Incoming. Rant incoming.
What's the way drop their Ghostbusters? So,
yeah.
There will be a rant.
I'd even mention those. I think figured a lot of people were talking about those. So and we already had too many, so I skipped those for now. But yeah, sorry, Beam. What were you going to say?
It'll be like 3 weeks in a row that I've talked about them. So, we'll see. They were a hot ticket item, definitely.
Yeah, they were for sure.
Yeah,
they were for sure.
But yeah, not a whole lot else going on. I got. I'm working on some stop motion still. There's diorama coming up pretty soon. As soon as I figure out what I want to do there, and then I got the new Captain America coming on later this week. Hopefully midweek. It said Wednesday, so.
Oh,
who knows? It's UPS.
From Brave New World?
Yep, Brave New World Cap.
Yeah, nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, but thanks again, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, I'll have his Beam's link to his IG in the description as well. But friends of the channel, so check out that in there. And I'll try to make it on Collector's Figure when I can. But yeah, go show him some love. He also has a store. If you like what he does, him and his crew over there, the Collector's Figure crew. I have merch on sale, so go check them out.
We just put up a new hat too.
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say he has me enhance. There you go, Collector's Figure hats.
This is the old hat. We put up a new one. We did a needs to be 6 scale hat. So.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Ball cap.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Fitted ones. I like the fitted ones. So fitted ones are way better.
Are those the ones that have like elastic in the back that has like some stretch, or is it really just?
Oh yeah, there's
static
some
and
stretch
fixed?
to it. I mean,
Oh, is there? Okay, nice. Yeah, I like those ones. Okay, nice. I might have to look at those as well. Well, there you go. And then as far as for me, I'm blanking on what I said I was going to mention towards the end here. Maybe I think that was it. But yeah, keep it locked. It hasn't been too much hot toy news, so I don't know when I'm going to do another hot talk. I guess as figures come up, I'll probably be a couple of weeks because I want to save for when there's a good amount of hot toys news. And then figure lowdown, I'll try to keep up more with it because I know it got behind, and so I'll try to do this every couple of weeks as well. So yeah, just keep it locked on my channel. If you are not already, of course, subscribe to get notifications because I know I don't have a set schedule. It's kind of, like I said, when I have time. So the best way to kind of just stay posted is either the notifications through YouTube and or checking out my social media. So IG, Instagram, and Facebook. I'll put up stories or reels on there when I'm going to have the next schedule. So check all those places. You can check out all in the description below. But yeah, thank you again. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Hopefully you had a great weekend, and hopefully you have a good start to the week, however it's starting. But yeah, remember, just stay safe out there. Yeah, stay safe and never stop enjoying your love of collecting, man. Just always keep that, regardless of what's going on in the world. Just always make sure you make time for yourself because that's always important. But with that, we are going to kick it off. Till then, have a good night.
hit that like button.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Always forget. Thanks, Beam. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. If you found this enjoyable and found it entertaining or informative, yeah, please reminder to hit that like button. Much appreciated. All right. With that, we're out. Thank you all. Have a good night.